Oh yeah, and I gotta adjust this too here. All right. So, Chapter 3, Session 12. Done. Cool. Alrighty then. So, I'm going to move this over here. Cool. Alright, so let's test the audio here. Make sure Fred Boat isn't too loud. He's at 33, so it's not so bad. Okay, so where we left off, after waking up in a cell deep within Dagon Vor's lair, the party were reunited with their once friend Reaper, who has now joined Dagon Vor. The party was quick.
I think I wrote this one.
I actually just put it in not 5 minutes ago.
Oh.
So the party was quick to kill Reaper, but badly beaten as they fought their way through. In the end, they located Felvin and helped in his escape. Now the party are at the mercy of the chilling cold winter and blinding snow, with no idea where they are or what to do next. So, starting us off here, just adjust accordingly.
I'm quite sure I wrote the part before. Oh well.
Yeah.
This is a different one, but yeah.
Slightly alternate. So I would say that you could see that so far. Okay, cool. So, we are going to start with Perrin. You are in a jail cell. We'll say you've been here probably 2 or 3 days or so. Your guy should be active. Let me just double check that. Yeah, you should be able to move him around. Give him a test. Can you move your...
My token, yes. Are you creating one for my owl familiar or no?
Oh, your familiar? I have not
Yeah.
created one for your familiar yet. Sorry.
Okay, not a problem.
We'll just assume that it's with your token at all times, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Until it's not.
Yeah, you're stuck in a jail cell. We're going to say that you've been here for 2 or 3 days. You have made friends with the individual across the cell from you. So this gentleman here, he's an older human man wearing chainmail armor. It's been a little
Who
hard.
might that be?
It's been a little hard to make out his face, but it looks to be badly beaten and muddied. Aside from his ashen brown hair, which is actually neatly slicked back into a small ponytail. You know him as, he gave you his first name as Store.
Got it.
Yep. Not surprised, for fuck's sake. You keep getting yourself into these situations.
He really does. Next to Store...
Blood is not water.
Oh, have we got an orc friend?
So, next to Store, you have gotten to know a drow woman as well. Her name, she has only given you her first name as Janine. She is...
The world is small.
She wears a skin-tight leather outfit with a long fur and leather coat. Her and Store actually ran into each other a couple weeks back, and it seems that their ultimate objectives aligned slightly. So they decided to team up and try and find out where Dagon Vor was situated and figure out the strength of his army. Like, basically what you were tasked to do. But unfortunately, they were also captured. And then there is another individual next to your cell, but you haven't heard a peep out of them. You've just heard shuffling around. You can't really like make out any voices coming from that particular cell, but you do know that there's someone next to you as well. They don't seem to be very talkative.
I'm guessing to the left of his cell?
To the left
Where
of
he
his
is?
cell, yes.
Yeah.
So I'll just reveal a little bit more area here. So like, this cell here is where that person is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure that's good. Okay, cool. So is there anything you want to talk to them about?
Well, that would be my first question is, what are you in for? How did you get here?
How's the weather?
So Store basically explains that him and Janine, they met a couple weeks back at a place called... Hold on, I gotta pull up my map here. A place called Battleford. So they met up at Battleford, and Janine has come to avenge her brother's death at the hands of Dagon Vor. He was killed in a battle against him. And she seems to be a very stubborn and pig-headed individual. But she seems to be of value, because she looks to be very useful in the magic of like subterfuge and sneaking. So she was basically Store's guide to get into the lair. But unfortunately, they ended up being captured by a couple of Dagon Vor's Wraith guards, and then they just got shoved in this jail cell. They haven't heard much about what Dagon Vor plans to do with them, but they're pretty sure it's not good.
I try the door, try the locks to see how secure they are.
They are very strong iron bars. It looks like whoever had the cell's very old in itself, but these particular doors are brand new. Like they're made of iron, solid iron.
Okay. Did I find myself stripped of all my stuff?
Yes, so you have no weapons on you. What I could get you to do is roll for a sleight of hand to see if you were able to keep any other items on you that you think you could use. Because you're kind of like a thiefy individual, you should be able to do this with advantage, I would say. Oh yeah, 29 would do it. So we're gonna say that you managed to keep a hand crossbow, a dagger, as well as your thief's tools on you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then I will want to use my thief's tools on the lock.
Okay.
Standard, I assume.
You use the thief tools on the lock, and you hear a loud click. It seems that the door is now able to open. But as you are fiddling with the lock, you do hear some steps echoing from this direction here, and they seem to be getting louder.
So then I retreat to the back corner of my cell and play stupid.
Okay, sure.
Good deal.
So as the steps get closer, you can't really make out the figure quite yet, but he comes to the front of your cell, along with a couple of Wraith guards here. So the individual in front of you looks to be a tiefling, but his skin is ashen gray instead of the usual like bright or darkish reds that they are. He seems to give you like a bit of like a light smirk, and he says like, "So, looks like we got some new company. What's your name?"
My name?
Yeah.
You can call me Mr. P.
Well, Mr. P, it seems you're in a bit of a predicament, but I've come to offer you a deal. If you tell us who sent you, and you join our illustrious army, you will be spared, and you will be given great riches upon our victory.
What are the benefits of this illustrious army?
Well, for one, we don't kill you where you stand. I suppose that would be incentive. And if you decide to join us, we will be generous in possibly even sparing some of your family if they are still alive.
Oh, I've been looking for them.
I'm sure you have. There's plenty of other things we could offer you, but perhaps you would like to discuss it with my boss.
Sure, bring him on down. Bring some tea.
Well, at the moment he's a little occupied at the moment, but I will be sure to reiterate that you are interested in negotiations. And with that, he just nods to you, and he moves to the cell next to you, and you hear a door click open, and he walks into the cell. And you kind of notice that the guards are just kind of like standing outside of the cell right now. And you hear some muffled talking in the cell next to you. If you want, you can roll for perception and see if you hear anything. 12. Okay. So what you're able to make out is there are two voices. One of the voice is the tiefling. The other voice sounds female. And the best that you can make out, there's a lot of muffled words, but the only thing that you're able to really make out is husband. And that's it. With that, you hear the door creak open. Reaper kind of nods to the guards. From what your vantage point is, all you can see is like this guard go in. And then they take the figure out of the cell. Do you want to look to see who it is, or do you just want to like hang back?
Oh, I want to get all the information I can.
Okay. So go ahead and... Are you doing this stealthily, or are you just kind of like walking up to your cell? And
Of
just
course,
peeking around?
stealthily.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you get up to around the corner, no problem. So what you see is a female paladin with dark skin, and her hair is like all matted in the back and everything. She doesn't look like she's in very good shape. And the guards just quickly take her away along with Reaper.
Huh. It's been a while.
And you hear the steps slowly kind of like go away.
Listening for any type of doors opening and closing while they're leaving.
Roll for perception again. We're gonna say you hear like very off in the distance a door open and close.
Okay. So then using stealth and everything I can to be quiet, I open my cell again.
Okay. All right. So you very easily get the door open. It doesn't even make a creak or anything.
So is Store doing anything when he sees me out and about, or no?
So Store, as soon as he sees you open up the door to your cell, he quickly tells you to give him some assistance and maybe like try and open up his door and get us out of here, essentially.
Okay, I will give that a shot. Well, wait a second. What kind of rapport do I have with him? Can I trust him, or is he going to be sort of like the mole that's going to turn us both in to save his own ass?
Well, you're not entirely sure. His story seems legitimate. You could roll for insight, yeah. So from what you can tell, Store has been like very, very open-ended. He doesn't seem the type of person that would be lying to you just for his own benefit.
Okay.
The only other person that would really kind of give you like the maybe she'd betray me would be Janine. She seems a little shady. But I'll reveal this area as you exit out of your cell here. So Thieves' Tools, you are definitely able to get that open, no problem. And for some reason, my entire map has glitched. So let me just quickly reload here. I don't know what's going on. For some reason, I can't move tokens or anything.
Oh, I was having a hell of a time running the game last night. It was ugly.
Yeah, I think it's just a Roll20 issue, unfortunately. This is what I get when I use the free version. All right, let's see if that did anything. If not, then okay, here we go. We're back in business. Good. All right, cool. So yeah, Store exits out of his cell here, and falls closely next to you. And I'm assuming you're gonna try and let Janine out, or what do you?
Yes, I will try her also. Where did my roll sheet go? Thieves' Tools.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, that even gets her out of her cell, no problem. So Janine, as soon as she exits out of the cell, she's like, "We need our weapons back."
That's what I was thinking. So, do we have any type of recollection, or did I just wake up in this cell?
You would have woken up in the cell. You wouldn't have seen much of anything on the way in.
Okay. So, in the stealth mode, if they can't be quiet, I want to be at least 30 or 40 feet in front of them.
Okay. Just by looking at the two of them, it looks like Janine is used to being very quiet and stealthy type. Store looks to be more of a fighter. He's more of like a hand-to-hand kind of melee combat. You wouldn't really see him being too quiet. So,
All right.
yeah.
I want to send my familiar up ahead and explore and see if it can see where people may be, other prisoners may be, or where our stuff may be stored.
Okay, sure. Where do you want to send your familiar? Here, I'll just go ahead and actually quickly make a token of it. Is it what was it again?
The owl.
Owl.
So I can
okay.
get flyby on it. Yep.
Let's see if I can. From the web. Well, look at that. How convenient. So we'll give you that to move around.
You've got to give me control of it.
Yeah. I'll just name it Owl. Okay. You should be good.
All right. Are these more cells? Are these corridors? What am I looking at?
So right now, ahead of you, you see basically that right now.
All right. And then what about on the sides?
The sides, you see just that. So these are walls.
Okay.
So it looks like this is a cell area. You go through, and you see two hallways. One hallway reveals this direction. One hallway reveals this direction. And you would see this, actually, in the distance.
Goodies.
All right. I relay what I have seen from the owl, and I will ready my hand crossbow, and I will sneak up within range.
Okay. They will follow closely behind you as you move up.
So then I would want to send the owl in to distract and give me help so I'll get the advantage, or am I already going to get that because it doesn't know I'm here with sneak?
Well, if you're able to send your owl to sneak up behind it, that wouldn't be a problem. It still wouldn't see it.
Okay. So that's what I will do. So that'll give me advantage. And then hand crossbow does 1d6 plus 5. And my firebolt does more. Alright.
Yeah, but sneak attack is nice.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. So we will do the hand crossbow.
Okay, yeah, that'll
Hey.
definitely hit it. Okay.
Wow.
Plus your...
What a sneak
Nice.
attack
Does that
roll.
include the sneak attack as well?
Yes.
That's the 25.
Well,
Well, there we go. That was a really good roll. All right.
Headshot.
So you definitely hit this guy square in the back of the head with the crossbow bolt. Of course, my brain isn't what it used to be today, so I'm just going to whip out a calculator here. So we're going to do that.
Solid 36.
All right. So
God.
that definitely got its attention. It's still up, so it immediately turns and wants
Then I
to
would-
rush you.
Use a bonus action to hide.
Okay.
Hide or sprint. Or.
Well, if I hide, I can get the advantage on it again.
True.
All right. So you hide. It's looking around. It has no idea where the hell that came from, but it is starting to make its way down here. You don't hear it move, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this guy here. You send out your owl, so now it's here, and it sees your owl.
Okay.
Hoot
So
hoot.
have
This
the
is like in Skyrim. Is somebody there?
right. So have the owl do the
shot.
flyby on it and give me the assist, and then I will pop back out and do another attack.
Okay.
Solid stuff. So. Tang.
23 hits.
Yeah. Oh,
Alright.
Jesus. Nice.
burn that luck.
All right. So this thing is... You can already see this thing is very badly injured just after those two shots. So now it's going
Roll
to
to
take its turn, unless there's anything else you wanted to do.
The bonus action, I would hide again,
Okay.
and I'll go this way this time so as not to attract attention to my party members.
Okay, cool. So it's
Or
going...
more around here. Yeah.
Oh, right there? Okay, yeah. So with the hide bonus action, it knows you went this direction, but it doesn't know necessarily where you are.
Correct.
Okay. So this being an interesting and... Well, actually, see. I'm going to check its...
Do you have the
Traits
stealthy
here.
feat by chance?
The what?
Stealthy feat?
The stealthy feat? No, I've just got stealth at the expert
Yeah.
level.
Okay, no, I'm just wondering if you're supposed to re-roll after each hide check or not.
No, that I don't have.
Let's see how
All
smart
right.
this guy is. Oh, he is not smart at all. Okay. So he just goes ahead and is like...
Well,
Well,
He's
that,
getting
you know
shanked.
what that means.
oh no, point blank.
Oh, that's a
Is that
miss.
Oh,
That missed.
An 18, an 18
Yeah.
misses.
18 misses.
scary.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well,
So you have its attention now.
oh
Congratulations.
no, it's gonna do the breath thing.
All right,
All
let's
right,
see.
bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And run.
It's like I'm assuming your owl is following you the whole time, correct?
My owl is just staying up and around and moving around, and then when I need it to, it'll dive bomb the guy so I can get the help action on it.
I gotcha,
And it's-
gotcha.
It's got the flyby, so it can't get the opportunity attack on it.
Okay. But this thing could still hit it, technically, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So instead of constantly trying to chase after your ass, it's going to try and attack this owl. So
I imagine it has been trying to smack its face for a while, so it's irritated.
I'm going to take a quick look at its ability here.
It's got an armor class 11.
Armor class
Hit
of
point.
11.
Yeah, it'll take one hit. It's got like hit point of 1.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Stealth +3, perception is +3. Flyby doesn't provoke opportunity attack, and has advantage on wisdom perception checks.
Okay. So what it's going to do is it's trying to float up and grapple your owl. So, because this is a grapple check, I'll let you use either Dex or Athletics for your owl.
It's trying to grapple the bird.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So Dex, it's got a +1 on that.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, 17. So it's going to use its strength to try and grapple. These
got a
guys
+1,
aren't.
so
These
that's
guys
an
aren't
18.
exactly the strongest. Yeah, he misses. He's just like floundering around trying to grab onto this owl.
Then I want to pop back out.
And Tang.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Perish? Oh.
Okay, so. Okay, so with a final bolt right through the back of this monster, it just like dissipates into dust, and all you see left behind is just a robe.
Hi, Lydia.
Real comment.
Hi.
Hello.
That's not good.
No.
I pick up the rope.
Okay, so you go pick up the robe.
The perfect disguise.
Yeah.
Roll
Unless your
for
parents can.
perception for me, Perrin.
Perception. I got that skill.
Hey.
I prefer investigation, but I'll take it. 11.
Okay, so 11. Let's
Oh,
see
so
what
you're
this
the
fellow is.
newcomer. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Welcome to jail.
So, so you don't hear this thing because it's so quiet, but there's another one that comes up behind you,
Oh.
and it decides to go in for an attack. I
Okay.
will, because we're sort of like technically in combat. Its turn is going to summon a ethereal sword into its skeletal hand, and it's going to swing at you.
Okay.
14
So-
does not hit.
Okay, good stuff.
And I've got my uncanny dodge, too.
Yep, half that. Good stuff.
So I will
Okay,
have
yes,
the
yeah.
owl dive bomb this one. I will use my bonus action to disengage so I don't have the disadvantage on the firing at him with
Okay.
my hand crossbow. Ooh, I got a
Oh,
nat 20.
damn. All right, yep, that's hidden.
Oh, yeah.
Give me some good points.
That
And I realize
sweet
that the other
double
things on
sneak
the
attack.
corridor some help would be
Oh
nice.
god.
All right, let's
Oh,
add
yeah.
this up.
Is that?
Yeah, no, that is
Oh,
total
oh my
of
God.
33 from the sneak attack. Or 31.
All right.
Yeah, scary.
So we're going to say you quickly turn and jump backwards and are able to fire the crossbow straight into its skull's eye. And it's wailing in pain right now.
That's still kicking?
Still kicking.
Then I will.
These things have hella hit points.
I'm going to
Yeah.
plug it again.
All right,
Like, we have to burn them hard.
that'll hit. Okay. It's still up, but it's badly injured. All right. It's gonna actually run after you first here,
Okay.
and we're gonna say, all right. I want you to do a dexterity save, please.
Dexterity save. That's right up my alley, too.
Okay, so you see the skeleton open its mouth abnormally wide, and you see this like greenish fog come out of its face and into yours, and you feel like the life is being sucked out of you right now. You're taking 25 necrotic.
Hold on a second. I had something.
Okay.
You can uncanny dodge for half,
Yeah.
When you can.
which is
I don't know. This is because it's a dex save.
You can
I think it's
then
gonna be-
dodge out
okay,
of the way of
no,
certain
never
area of
mind.
effects, such as fiery breath or an ice storm spell when you are subject to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage. Instead, you take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw, and only half damage if you fail.
So the question is this an area of effect or is it a singular effect? And
Well,
This was a singular
he was allowed a
effect.
dex save, thereby this applies.
Mhm.
Right.
pretty sure that's how that works, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's already halved, and I suppose you can you have it again?
Yes, it would be quartered of it.
Yep,
Quarter?
so
Oh, okay.
quarter
So
of 25 is
12.
6.
6, yeah. So you'll take 6
Oh.
damage.
Good to be a rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, except for they only get one attack around, which sucks.
Yeah, but if you hit, you can do the amount of damage that's more than one attack.
Correct. Bonus action, disengage. I will move my full 35, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I will fire again, having the owl distract and give me the aid. 18 hit? No.
18 does not hit, no. And it's
Blast.
going to come after you again and attack with its dark sword.
I'm surprised the others are doing nothing.
They're unarmed. Can't really
Yeah.
do much. 17, I'm guessing that doesn't hit.
Hold on a second.
Janine is a caster. I think
Yeah,
she
no,
can.
Nope, that does not hit.
Okay, yeah, that was his turn.
Janine's a rogue, by the way, not a caster.
Oh, so
She's kind of
they're
like
very well-
Awin, actually. She's a caster and a rogue.
yeah.
Arcane Trickster? No?
Kind
Or
of.
Oh
just
my god,
levels
we
and-
multiplied?
No. Don't give us that thought.
Oh, and multiplied!
We're not
She
doing
did
this.
asexual reproduction! Oh my
Lydia,
god!
stop!
Doesn't she do that the usual way? You know, without.
I mean, you
All
never
right,
know.
so-
Off
once
Paladin.
again, disengage. I will move my 30,
Okay.
30, and then I will fire off the hand crossbow. 24 will hit.
24 hits, yeah. Yep.
For
So
27 points of damage.
it turns, and as it turns, you fire off a bolt straight into its skull, and it just disappears into dust, just like the other one. All that's left behind is a robe.
I'm just imagining he shot it in the other eye.
Yeah. Now I can't see in either direction.
All right. I reclaim the other robes from that thing.
Okay.
I motion to the party to follow me, and then I head down this way. First, I'm going to send the owl down to see if there's anything down the other corridors
Okay.
in its stealthy mode.
So which corridor are you sending it down?
Well, I just want to see what it can see from this vantage point before I make that decision.
That's as far as it'll see right now.
Okay. Is this door here open?
It's locked, actually.
Then I will pick that lock.
And as you're doing it, the rest of the party follows behind you, and Janine is looking actually quite impressed on her face. She's like, this man can handle himself quite well.
27, I assume, will open the door.
That will open the door, yeah.
Check for traps.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for that.
What are you having me roll for that?
I would say perception. See if you
Or
perceive any
investigation.
physical traps, or investigation, yeah.
Roll a thing.
There are no
27.
traps. None whatsoever.
And then I try the chest. Is it locked?
Nope, it's
Trap.
unlocked.
And I open up the chest.
All right. So you see within the chest all your gear, along with what looks to be several other items and gear. A really fancy looking red obsidian great axe too. It's very nice looking.
I collect all my stuff and I
Mm.
drop everything else into my bag of holding.
Okay.
Okay. Be careful with the axe. Oh wait,
That'll
no,
be
don't
fine.
that. It doesn't try anything, does it?
So
No.
Raven came in the test.
I asked the other two that are following now if they had anything that they need to get back and to reclaim their items if they would like.
So they say they do have some items, and they'll basically look through the chest with you, and it's like, okay, this is mine, blah blah blah, and yeah, that's
People
about it.
equipped.
They are fully equipped now with all their items.
Good
All right.
stuff.
So I'm going to send the owl down this hallway here.
Alrighty, so what the L sees is this
Hoot hoot.
and this.
Um,
So it goes in
And?
further.
Is that somebody sleeping in their bed?
That is actually looks to be a body on a torture device.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Classic Reaper.
And then you look in there, and
Oh
that's
god,
as
it
far
is
as you see.
classic Reaper.
All right. I let the other people know
Yeah.
that. Did you guys? Are you missing other party members? Or somebody up there strapped to a torture device?
So Store pipes up and he says, "I did come with another escort, a sorcerer. That could be his body."
Well,
So I'll go into stealth mode,
Yep.
looking for traps as I go.
You haven't noticed anything, and they follow closely behind you.
All right. I'll let them investigate the body. I want to investigate the desk.
Okay. So they'll do
Yep.
that.
that's a body.
All right. Roll for investigation.
15.
Okay. So you're looking through all these papers, and you find that these are notes and sort of like a log of what you believe to be some kind of like necromancer. You see a lot of like charts and pictures of like various anatomies of various races, and sort of like other pictures and diagrams of like these particular legs and arms and heads and torsos kind of like sewn and stitched together in various
Heads,
forms.
shoulders, knees and toes, knees and
So they're doing some sick shit down here, basically.
Yes, they are.
No, it's classic Reaper.
I am going to take all of the crap and dump it into the bag of holding in case we need to look at it later.
Okay, sure.
Fine addition to your collection.
And then I investigate whatever this is. Is this a rock or something? Or
It looks like it's a collapsed passageway.
does it look like it's something that was collapsed on purpose, like it's trying to hide a passageway? Or like there'll be some sort of trigger that would open it?
From what you can tell, this looks like a natural collapse. You kind of like look up a little further, and you see like this sort of area is kind of collapsed in on itself. It's a very dilapidated area of the jail cell. So it doesn't look like this area has been well taken care of at all.
Okay. That might be the way we want to go, though. Is there enough of a space where the owl can get in there and fly down?
Not from what you can tell. Nothing squeezing by this giant collapsed area.
Okay.
Is it just like one huge piece of rubble or multiple small
It's-
pieces?
It's multiple small pieces, but like one giant boulder covered in like multiple small pieces. So it's like basically a mine caved in, essentially.
Gotcha. And I don't want to be spending that much time playing with moving rocks, and strength is not my skill suit.
No.
No,
So
I don't imagine.
I will move back here. I will send the familiar down this corridor.
So Store comes up to you and says, "Yeah, that was the sorcerer that was being escorted with us. He was part of the. It's kind of like a cult, but not really. A fire cult, essentially.
Fire's fun.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
So the owl also sees this area here.
Boop.
Just a lot of like empty area and another collapsed part of the jail cell.
Yeah. No, incredibly concerned about the structural integrity of this place.
45, 50, 55, 60.
And this is just like an empty chamber. There's nothing you can really see that's of any use.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, that's not good. How did I do that?
you put your character token on top of
I'll
the
move
dead
it.
monster.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the hell did I do?
You stepped into the trap. Roll a new character, please.
Yep.
All right.
So this, I'll see.
Let's clear out this.
That'd be a
area here.
very unfortunate ending for someone who's made a good showing so far.
Mm-hmm. In that area. So most of this looks like sort of like an antechamber. Not really much to see with the exception of the sewer grate that is right there.
Mm.
Portal to Owen.
You craving some ooze?
Is there something down this way, or is that just the way your fog of war is?
Oh, that's just the way my fog of war is.
Gotcha.
Pull out my crowbar and try to get an edge on the sewer grate.
Yes.
Okay. So Store will come and assist you with that as well.
Hey, advantage.
So go ahead and roll for strength with advantage.
Yeah, that's not my strong suit.
Well, actually,
The crowbar.
Yeah.
will give me
19, there you go.
Yeah.
We're going to say that, yep, you were able to lift up the sewer grate with pretty easily.
keep going, owl buddy.
Yep, send the owl down the hole.
Okay, so you send the owl down the hole, and it looks to be just wide enough to have a single file of you guys go down the pipe. It smells bad, though. Like, you don't know what they threw down here, but you're pretty sure it's rotted corpses.
Nice. Zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any
Delicious.
indication that there was tracks, that somebody was up here walking around, that anybody did go down here? Did it look like anybody else had moved this sewer grate in the past?
From what you could tell, there is very few markings or fresh markings around the sewer grate to indicate that there was someone who had used this previously. So it looks like
Alright.
this sewer grate has been in place since forever, pretty much.
All right, so I'm going to pull the owl back out. And now this can either burn me in the ass or it's going to help me. So I lay on the floor, get a good eyeball down there, and just let a firebolt fly down the corridor.
Okay.
Methane explosion incoming.
That'd be rough.
All right. Go ahead and fire your firebolt.
I mean, 11.
All right. I'm going to do a heads or tails type deal with this. So I'm going to roll a d20 and see what happens.
All right.
Just
Make
for
it a D100.
funsies.
D1000.
Now that's too far.
No, too far is D1 million.
Oh.
All right. So what happens is you fire the firebolt down, and you hear it kind of like go down for about maybe like 25, 30 meters before you hear like a poof, like it hit something.
So then I want to immediately get my head out of the hole and wait a few seconds.
Is there a nice sizzling sound?
No, you don't really hear any sizzling sound or anything. It looks like it might have hit a corner or an edge of the pipe. So it looks like the pipe reaches sort of like an end eventually and curves off in a different direction.
So, I think he's going to be the next competent person next to Morgak.
What?
Oh, they've nearly died several times, but Morgak has been sort of like the guy that like holds them enemies at bay while they take pot shots, essentially.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Morgak has
Yay.
also nearly died because of this strategy, but it's fine.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
All right, so I'll send the owl down. He's got a range of 120, so let me know if I need to get in the sewer behind him.
Okay. But you can basically see what the owl sees, yeah? And it's got dark vision or no?
Yes.
It does dark vision. Okay, cool. So we'll say the owl gets about like the 35 feet, and then it sees the pipe sharply turn to the right and goes down for what looks to be nearly infinite.
All right. And like I said, does it look like anything has traversed through here recently?
So as your owl would have been flying down there, you really only see what you would normally see: rats, kind of like gnawing on what seems to be very, very decayed corpses. But aside from that, it looks like you guys be able to fit through here.
All
But
right.
you don't know for how long you're going to have to be trudging through this filth.
And how many people are you guys looking for?
So Store says, as far as he knows, everyone has been killed or taken away. They're the only ones left of the group.
All right. So whichever the two of you is the stronger, I'd assume you go in last so you can bring the grate back in on top of us.
Store nods. He says he can do that.
And then I will jump down the hole.
Okay. And then Janine will follow closely after, and then Store.
Does Janine have dark vision and does Store have dark vision?
Janine does. Store does not. Store is human, but Janine is drow. This is her element, essentially.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
And I don't want to have to light a torch. Throw a rope back to him.
Okay, yeah. So he holds onto the rope and he kind of like wraps it around his waist, just so you guys keep in check with each other. And
Correct.
he will close the grate behind you guys.
I throw some thieves' can out to see if Janine understands that.
She does not.
Okay. Not a guild member. All right.
Nope. She's an independent contractor.
They're ruining the business, damn it.
Yeah.
All right, so proceed down
They
the
took
hall.
our jars.
So yeah, we'll actually have you come out of the sewer grate, and it leads you to an area. As you get closer to this next sewer grate up ahead, you feel a very strong amount of heat coming off of it. Like something on the other side is like very close to like boiling point.
Well, that's not good. Does it end here, or can we keep going by it?
The pipe in front of you is where the sewer grate is, where the heat is coming off of, and then there's a left and a right.
Let's go to the left.
To the left. Okay. So you decide to go to the left, and eventually you reach another sewer grate. It's actually a lot less hot. In fact, it's actually freezing cold as you get closer. You see snow kind of blowing in from this.
Is it over top of us or in front of us?
It's in front of you this time, not over top.
Okay.
Yeah.
So check out the grate.
Okay. So you look at the just outside the grate, and it looks to be attached to an outside sort of like alcove, sort of like a sewage runoff, I guess you could say. But it's really dark and really cold outside right now. It looks to be like about dusk, I'd say.
Okay. Then let's backtrack and go down the right corridor.
Okay. So you go to the right corridor, and you make your way a little bit further, and you end up near a grate that is above you that also feels like it's emanating heat, but not nearly as hot as the other sewer grate.
Okay. So let's go back down to the one that was throwing a lot of heat, and then I want to see if I can see through it, kind of using a mirror to kind of see what was going on out there.
Okay. So you go back to the one above you, you use a mirror, and from what you can see, you're able to sort of like peek your way and see essentially lava.
Well, that's definitely not good.
And then if you put the mirror a little bit further, you can kind of make out two figures just off to the side.
I can use my mage hand to take the mirror out, correct?
Yeah, it's less than 5 pounds.
All right, so I have my Ledgerman's mage hand control the mirror to give me a really good view on what's going, and then I will try to listen in using investigate.
Okay. So you kind of are able to just make out this area here, I'll say. Not too much, but because it's a mirror, it's kind of like at least seeing a little bit. So roll for investigation, see what you pick up.
24.
24. Okay, so you overhear this coming from the area there. You see 3 figures: a skeletal figure wearing tattered robes holding a gnarled scepter, a drow woman wearing chainmail and has like gold bangles and jewelry around her, as well as a very tall, burly orc carrying a noticeably large red obsidian axe. Surprisingly, very similar to the one that you found in that chest. The skeletal figure turns to the drow woman and says, "You will not fail me this time. I am sending Gormak back with you to ensure the staff is not taken by the invaders. They are at their weakest right now. Do what you must and return it to me. Secondly, if my family are there, they mustn't leave with them. Understood?" And the drow woman just kind of like nods at him in agreement. And as he finishes his sentence, you feel the area around begin to shake and move. And electricity starts coming from the altar that you see before you. So it starts to build and build and build until it ends up creating sort of like an arc of lightning that shoots towards the center here. And if it would let me, I would like to do that, but apparently I can't now. But anyhoozles. So then you see a portal open up in the center of this area here.
Is it only him? Oh, it's in the bottom right. Okay.
Yeah, the bottom right. Hold on, I gotta reload this again, because for some reason, a Roll20 is being really, really dumb.
It does that.
Not annoying at all.
Oh, it's that skeleton man.
Yeah, it's that skeleton man. Okay, so boop, boop. Boop-bitty boop. Hold on. What's going on here?
Boopity boop.
Yeah, I'm just adjusting accordingly. There we go. Now it's working. For some reason, the tokens are like not
Does he
showing up in the
scream out
GM.
the power of Grayskull?
No, not quite.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? But you see the arcs of lightning shoot towards the center, creating a portal. And you see the two figures, the orc and the drow woman, enter and disappear into the portal. Right before the portal starts to like shake, and the electricity starts to like short out. And as it does so, the portal closes immediately. When this happens, you just hear the skeletal figure utter, "No, they couldn't have. Meddling fools do not know what they've done!" And then he just portals out of sight.
Well, my newfound friends, I believe this is the information that my boss was looking to know about, so I need to go trudge in some snow and get this information back to them.
They both agree, and they will be following you back to the city because they're going to have to call for reinforcements. Janine, however, seems a little apprehensive because she kind of was looking forward to shanking this guy, but she's smart enough to know that probably isn't the best time right now.
Yeah, no, he would have hurt us.
Yeah. Okay. So you trudge your way back to the snow. And as you do so, I will now have our current party this is where you guys are. So while Perrin was busy collecting
that's
information,
Cold.
you guys have found yourself in a freezing cold area. And this is kind of like the hole that you guys climbed out of.
Okay. I think this is fair, given we came out of the top of a mountain.
Mm-hmm. And Felvin is with you. And upon like seeing all this snow, you see his hair kind of like start to stand up and catch on fire, and his hands just turn to what looks to be sort of like magma and molten lava. He's like, that's better. I hate the cold. He basically
There's
just
some
melts like a
mix near
10-foot
him.
radius around him.
Well, that's pleasant.
Owen goes behind the tree, takes out the winter outfit that I've had.
Mm-hmm.
I have double packed things,
Well done. Very wise.
and puts it on and then comes back out. Okay, let's go. What?
Nothing. Nothing.
Look, IOU basically doesn't pay for hazard pay, so I always have to prepare myself anyway.
Wise.
I mean, if you want,
Yeah, about the IOU.
I know.
So
I still want hazard pay for saving the world.
Felvin just kind of snickers. He's like, I like her. She's funny.
I only take up in nature.
Mm-hmm.
In a service way. So,
Where did that paladin go? Damn it.
what did you plan out, Felvin?
Well, I mean,
Plan?
his plan is to get the hell out of Dodge.
I didn't have a plan, but now it's exactly what I said. I'm getting the hell out of here. You guys have a good day.
Oh,
You still owe us weapons. We broke you out. You said you'd make us stuff.
Look, okay, here's the deal. I was stuck in a cage for 30 years making weapons for this psychopathic skelly boy. I ain't exactly in the mood to be making more right now. However, since you did rescue me, I owe you one. But right now, I just want to get back to my realm and take a break. Because I am had enough of this bullshit.
Can you give us some means to contact you in the case that we actually, need weapons in a kind of urgent manner?
Oh, don't worry, Oust. You'll have no problem contacting me, especially since you're, got me out of that cage. Don't you feel it? Like, a little different?
A raised eyebrow?
And
What kind of...
he's like, oh, we'll find out soon enough. You realize that you're a pyromancer, right? Like, did no one tell you?
Didn't really get the name behind it, no.
No, well...
Pearson blinks.
The upside to being a pyromancer is, well, you're able to manipulate a lot of things that are fire-based. Haven't you had a chance to do that yet?
What's that
Might have
stat?
cut someone in half with lava, yes.
That's the best. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I love it. Yep. But, you've been kind of, let's say, lacking in skill. Luckily for you, because I'm out of that cage, your skills are going to be a little more... let's just say you can turn into some things that a lot of people will be afraid of.
They're legend. Wait for it.
Not all-
Dairy.
Nope, no dairy, can't eat that stuff.
Ooh, I'm sorry for your loss, ma'am.
But, okay, look at it this way, kid. You give it a few days, maybe a week or two, you're gonna find out you can do a hell of a lot more than just bend lava.
Alright, well, I guess I'll probably ask you for advice when that time comes around. Alright, I'm not gonna ask you for anything magical right now, but can we just get, like, a battle axe for the guy over there?
Battle axe. Oh, Right. Okay, fine. Suppose I could do that. You seem to be a little lacking in armaments. Must be
Holds
very
up
hard
the
for an
toothpick
orc.
longsword. Yeah.
Hey, listen! That thing is very useful for finessing. Can I please have it back now, since you're getting something new?
Sure. Was afraid I'd break it.
So,
I'm imagining Morgak trying to use it as a toothpick for some reason.
I could see that. So you
She
see...
takes
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
She takes the sword, put it back on her waist, and then kind of be like, "Can I have the dagger now?"
Not until we get our other weapons back. Nothing against you, but it's better for all of us to have tools.
You're looking a little dejected.
After I have a long, long nap.
But you just did.
No, I haven't.
No.
No one's napped yet. No.
After I
He
have
was more or
another
less
long
kind
nap.
of half dead for the past, I don't know how many days we were actually in Geth's realm. Right, looking back over at Felvin.
Yeah, so you see Felvin walk over to like these boulders that are off to the side, and he puts his hand over like a smaller one and starts to heat it up. The heat starts to become a little unbearable, even at the distance you guys are at right now. And he takes up the rock with both hands, and he slowly squishes it into his hands. And you can see his hands heat up like a bright white, like so hot that you've never seen before. And as he does this, he kind of like forms a very sort of like long, crystalline blade out of it. And then he bends that blade into sort of like a axe shape. And he forms a handle underneath it that is also crystalline in nature, and he kind of just like blows on it with his hands and cools it off. It's a hatchet made out of what looks to be solid diamond, and he hands it over to Morgak.
Huh.
Don't lose this. It's expensive.
Alright.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, where the hell are we going to go now? Need to get our materials and... God. Alright. Thank you for that, Felvin.
Not a problem. You guys have a good date, and I'll see you next time, kiddos. And with that, he just kind of like snaps his fingers, and a big flame shoots up from under him, and he just like dust.
Why can't we have normal, nice things?
Well, so there's this thing called an apocalypse going on right now. So
I'm talking about that in particular.
Oh, yeah. Then you probably wanted to be born about a century before.
That was you, and you're here right now.
Exactly.
What about a century after?
I mean, there might not be a here, but
Here.
sure, maybe.
You really think we're gonna fuck this up?
No, but I don't know
No.
what kind of collateral damage there is. I don't know if this mountain's gonna be here or not.
Well, Alwyn will take a look at the surroundings, and then we'll climb up the nearest tree to basically look down the mountain.
Perrin boy does?
I'm asking him now because I want to see. Perception? Okay. So, where are you right now? Are you like up on a cliffside? Or are you just like staring off where you are at the moment?
Well, first I'll cast Spider Climb on myself and go up to see where everything is. Go up a tree.
Okay.
Oh no, Lydia, don't do trees.
You remember what happened last time? So which tree? Go ahead and move your figure to where you're putting it.
Make sure you highlight it. This is a very important thing, Lydia.
Exactly. Okay, cool.
Okay, up the cliff onto that tree.
Spider Climb is awesome.
It is useful.
Mm-hmm. So from what you can see off in the distance, it's a near infinite forest. But you also see something else. So you can't quite make it out. But the trees are moving. in this direction. And it seems to be coming towards you.
This was a joke.
She will then climb back down. So either everyone hide and ambush what is coming near us, or we go and face it head on and do the exact opposite of what I'm recommending. We need to figure out what it is, because it could possibly be hunters or something along those lines.
Right, well. Oh, and she'd probably see this mess.
No, she didn't see him because he's invisible, and these guys are hiding back.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, as you
owl.
climb down from the tree, you see an owl just kind of fly overhead you.
Do we know it's of magical origin?
Well, you
Why
can roll
is
for
there a-
insight.
Tawny owl in the winter area.
So,
Yeah.
Owen, you think it's awfully suspicious that an owl will be out actually this kind of early in the dusk, but...
Nope. I'm too busy moping.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
And if Sam, you're just like, yes, this is an owl. It's a little, again, like, it's a little odd that to be out this early. Normally owls are nocturnal and they only show up during nighttime. And yeah, Oust, you're just like too distracted by your own brooding personality.
It's the Arcanorc!
I was going to say, how kind of food to come find me.
It's been a few weeks, days.
Yeah, you guys are actually quite hungry. I'll tell you that much.
I have.
Is there a
That's-
recipe for an owl soup?
I will straight up eat this owl, feather and all.
Right now. Like, we'll take a
Right
bite.
now.
As it
Don't
flies
tempt me.
away. It seems to understand common. You're not entirely sure, but as soon as you start mentioning you're hungry and want owl soup, it immediately flies back over the cliffside.
Well, that's not suspicious at all.
Alright, give me a second.
Crimson goes
Oust
beneath
palms
the
the dagger a little bit.
What are you doing, Hifsam?
He goes beneath the tree and sends everybody mentally to be aware.
Okay.
Wait. I'm looking through my bag of holding. I have 35 days worth of old ration.
Oh my god.
A feast! A feast!
A true feast. I eat one.
To
Yeah.
feed the gods themselves.
So you see Morgag going like, wait a second, I think I have snacks.
And then
he's
he
looking
pulls
through-
out the pig. No.
No, the pig is long gone by now.
Sadly.
Yeah.
So I
Too
will
Oh, wait,
let-
where's Nur? He's
Nur-
on one of us.
Nur would have come with Awin, but Awin gave Nur back to Morgak. So I'm assuming Nur is like in Morgak's backpack in the rear, just kind of like being cold.
No, wait, I remember. Morgak gave Nur to Alwyn to carry while they were flying up to exit here, so she has
Oh,
Nur right now.
Okay. So you would have Nur right now then, Awin, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She will kind of tilt her head, then go through the mental list, and is just like, I could cast another spider climb and have my fox take a look up there. I would need about 10 minutes to do that, though.
It would be unsafe, really. There's
Yeah,
somebody
that's-
outside. We should probably take cover.
I can climb up and say hi.
So
Well,
If
Where did
you're
the owl-
willing to,
I used the message spell on the person by the tree.
him?
Yes,
Hifsam, okay.
Alright, that's Elf Boy.
in Elf.
Alright.
What are you doing down there?
so
Not much.
how does
just
message
chilling.
work?
I'll put it
Yeah,
up.
Crimson is a bit, he looks really flustered at the moment, and so basically I can answer to message, right?
You know,
I put it up in the chat window.
Oh, okay.
actually, you picked the one person who could actually respond to you, ironically. Congratulations.
Lucky guess.
Okay, so Crimson says, we do not want to harm anyone. We just got here.
Yeah, because
That's all.
you wouldn't really know who's talking or where. It's kind of rough.
Yeah, I need to know where he is so I can communicate. So yeah, I basically said like, we're
Actually,
just down. We just got down here.
would
We do
that
not want to
count
harm
as
it.
something that would disrupt invisibility?
Let me just double check that because it's concentration, I think, is it not? Or hold
Yeah,
on.
it is.
Yeah,
Don't,
concentration.
Yeah, no, it's only concentration.
Yeah.
And it's a cantrip, so it shouldn't.
Yeah,
Well, I
I
think
Yeah.
it's just if you cast a spell in general.
I'm just considering the difference between invisibility and greater invisibility.
Right.
Because greater invisibility is the thing that lets you run around and cast spells freely, I think.
Yeah, a cantrip is
Yeah.
a spell, so that would have ended up dropping your invisibility, yeah.
Okay. Then
Well, I
would-
mean, he's a sneaky rogue. He's probably fine.
Yeah.
And it's not like message tells you the location of the person.
No. You
Correct.
guys don't know where to look right now.
The spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell, so you're
Uh,
Where
gonna
were
be
you
fine.
coming from?
You
said-
wouldn't have a reason to.
Oh yeah, and
look
Chris
around.
alerts everyone
Yeah.
that somebody is here,
It's more
messaging
of,
him.
it was more of to see which direction the owl went.
okay.
I mean, you could just see that,
yeah, you
and
would
then there was
seen
nothing
that.
there for the time that it happened. So
Mhm.
Never mind.
yeah, just gotta maintain the meta or lack thereof.
Pretty much. So as you're talking, sending this message down to Hifsam Perrin, you notice in the distance the trees that are moving are being knocked down, and they
Where
are getting closer
Oh nope.
Where's this at?
in this direction here.
Somewhere over there.
I don't see a little indicator popping up on the screen.
There's nothing close
there's
enough
nothing
yet.
close enough yet, but off in the distance you see something kind of like poking above the trees a little. You can't really quite make it out. It's like a dark figure though.
All right, so I tell this guy that we're friendly. We just escaped for some jail cells, and you got something incoming. And I
She
give
responds
him
him, oh
what I
shit.
did.
Tactical nuke incoming.
Called it.
I don't know
And-
what it is.
Something coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Shite.
Fearsome hides here and yells to the rest of them to take cover because something is coming. Well, both
5,
mentally and or
10, 15, 20,
Still have that concentration of spider climb up. Phew.
25.
Oh, hi!
And you're joined by two others. Owen, you definitely recognize both these individuals. Janine and Store are with him.
Oh, hey! You guys are still alive!
Yes, thankfully we are still alive, thanks to this young man here. She kind of just
I'm hiding
like
just right there.
points to Perrin, and Store's just like, "It's lovely to see you again, lass."
I want to roll perception to see if I can hear that shit.
All right, go ahead.
Up a cliff, behind some trees, sure.
I just want this
Dad.
because of character reasons.
No, you don't really hear much. You hear multiple voices up on the hill, up on the cliffside, but you can't really make out who they are.
Yep, that's fine.
So as you guys take cover, Hivsam, you hear quick, sort of like running, like multiple things coming through the trees. I'll get everyone to actually.
Shit.
Yeah. If you want to move again, you can. If you don't, you can stay where you are and roll for stealth.
All right.
Oh, this will go swimmingly.
5,
Not
10,
moving.
15,
Although I'm invisible, so I should be stealthy
20.
anyway.
You cast the cantrip, so you're
25.
not invisible anymore, but you did
Okay.
roll 20 for
My bad.
stealth, so
My bad.
you're good.
Yep, just behind a tree here.
Okay, stealth. Cool. All right, so let's see.
No, but I am above on the cliff, so more
Oh,
safe
boy.
than others.
Fair enough. So as you do so, you see several figures break through the tree line, and they look to be very squiddy in nature.
What the hell?
Oh, boy.
Escargot.
Escargot, yes. Yum yums.
Or is it calamari?
Or
I'm
Squinchio.
I'm going to check something here real quick.
Because, I mean, by this I think I'd have full cover.
I'm going to roll perception. Let's see if these guys notice anything. Okay. Boop a doop a doop a doop. Because you're behind the cliffside, they wouldn't have noticed you, but they definitely heard something move in this direction. Here.
All right.
Um,
Good hearing.
Morgak, they also look. They kind of like put their tentacles up in the air, and they're kind of like wiggling around, and all the tentacles start pointing in this direction over here.
Oh no.
This one here wiggles its tentacles, and it's like pointing in this direction.
In the where?
Silent image. Okay, so you're casting
No,
silent
I'm
image.
just reading. I'm not casting. I'm just reading.
Oh, you're just reading. Okay, cool.
I'll be back in a minute. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so they've got some other kind of sight. I mean, if it's tremor sense, then if we don't move, they can't see us.
But it could possibly be blind.
If it's blind sight, then they don't even need to make a perception check. If it's within their range.
Fair.
Which is rough.
Yeah. So what do you guys do?
Or, I
Are
mean-
you gonna stand
I mean, you can
perfectly
make a
still?
stealth check, but
I
I'm
could
not. Oh, go ahead.
launch a fireball at one of the trees behind him and light it on fire to distract them. I've got 120 range with that.
I could also launch a fireball.
I think he said firebolt, not fireball.
Could have sworn.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's up to
That's
you.
about the best I can do is distraction unless we want to go into combat.
Yeah. And honestly, most of the party is in horrible condition right now.
Then let's just hold and maintain our ground.
Yep. Nope. Don't move a muscle.
All right, so you guys don't move. This one's going to move over here. And so is this one. These are going to move closer inward. This one just kind of takes up the center. These two. All right. Hiv Sam, because you're in a dark corner hiding behind a bush, I'll get you to roll for stealth with advantage. And I'll get this thing to roll as well and see how it does. I forgot. He said he'd be right back. So I'm going to actually hold off on that for now.
Can I drop my silent image on top of him and make it look like the cliff is actually in front of him?
Let's see. How far away? 60 feet? I think he'd be within range, actually.
He's 45 from.
Oh, yeah. He's good. So, yeah, if you cast silent image on him.
Probably like 15 foot down, so that's fine.
Yeah. Creature summon visible phenomena that is no larger than a 15-foot cube. The image appears at a spot within range and lasts for the duration. Blah, blah, blah. So I want to basically drop it on top of him over in this area so it looks like the cliff is out further than it is.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Good deal. Just hope it doesn't try and climb the cliff right there.
So you cast your spell over there, and what I'll do is I'll just do this. Oh, hold on. Wrong section.
Close enough.
Okay, I'm back.
There we go.
There you go.
Ah,
Yeah,
roll stealth with
what did I
advantage.
miss?
Sam.
that works.
What I do?
Roll stealth with advantage.
You cut off. Sorry.
Roll stealth with advantage.
Okay.
Because these boys be getting close.
Okay, can I use some illusion cantrip something
Well,
to mask myself?
Perrin actually masked you. That's why I'm giving you advantage, because he made you look like you're
okay.
part of the cliffside.
Okay. Nice.
Hey.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, they ain't beating that. So you see this one and this one just kind of completely ignore you, and these two end up moving up a bit more. These two are still interested in seeing what they might have seen here in this area.
Can I cast on Morgak some
Okay,
silent image?
What do you silent image as well? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold
I
on. Let's
have it
see how
as-
far he is. He's got to be 60 feet.
It
Yep.
appears
Oh,
to
okay,
range.
you're good. 40. All right.
Okay. No, it's a concentration. I can't do it. Shit.
Yeah, I have it too.
Okay. So, Morgak, roll for stealth with advantage, please.
Stork.
Yeah, stealth orc. Ooh, okay, let's see how perceptive these guys are. I'll take one. All right. So they use their tentacles, and from where your vantage point is, Morgak, you can hear them sniffing. And they smell something. They smell something rotted. They smell something.
They smell blood.
They smell blood. They smell something delicious that they just want to, like, tear into. So they start making their way up here. That food that you decided to eat kind of got their attention.
Okay, I was hungry. At least I'm gonna have a last meal in me.
They don't see you because you're blended in with the cliffside and the tree, but they know there's something rotted up here that they smell, that they want to, like, look into, maybe eat. As this is happening, in the rear, you see that figure finally emerge from the trees, pushing past, and you see, like, a monstrosity of epic proportions that I really wish I could actually activate, but I can't apparently because, again, Roll20's being a little wiener.
Oh.
Why? Why do you do this to me? Okay, I gotta reload this again for like the third freaking time. Ugh, so annoying. Hopefully this doesn't happen all the time now. Otherwise I won't be able to use GM layer anymore for some reason.
That'd be rough.
I did, however, install something new that I think might be interfering with it. Because I got this new mod for Roll20 that's supposed to be making my life easier, but right now it's making it more difficult. Okay.
Next, by the way, did you get my message on Discord?
Oh.
Just hand axe stats. Or hatchet
Oh,
stats.
we'll say that it's an indestructible hand axe. So
Such power.
it will never break, but it's got the same stats as a regular hand axe. I mean, it's made from
Better
diamonds.
than nothing.
So you see this
Oh!
monstrosity break
Oh, fuck.
through the tree line that looks like these little guys, but is a lot fucking bigger.
Oh boy.
And I want you guys all to make a wisdom saving throw right now.
Is this a fear-inducing effect? I'm curious.
But you guys wouldn't have been prepared for this, so...
Oh no, nerf!
Crimson
And the owl.
idiot.
Oh, God.
yay. Oh, yay.
Oh yeah.
That's cracking? Holy crap.
Yeah, no,
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
it's these guys, but bigger, apparently. And,
These are-
Whatever he is doing, he's pulling from the far realm, guys.
Yep.
We don't need any of that.
Too
yeah,
bad.
no thanks. I can do without. Thank you very kindly.
It is 20 feet around and about, I would say, 100 feet tall. So a little shorter than the trees, but it can still knock them down, no problem. This thing is what you would consider fully grown, but you haven't seen this type of monster since the battle in the swamp.
Oh, these are the kinds of things that came out of the portal.
Yup.
Feck.
Holy fuck.
This thing
I
is,
was there for that too.
yeah, this thing is goddamn huge.
We need to close that portal then.
I don't think it's a portal.
Well, yeah, no, that would be a goal, but I'm pretty sure in trying to do so, there might have been the imprisonment or death of about 2 gods.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah.
Not really sure if it is closed. It probably isn't.
So Perrin, I'll get you to roll for wisdom as well, please.
What
What am
about
I
the
rolling?
animals?
Oh, you mean the drones?
I meant the animals as in the owl and the sheep.
Oh, well, I'm saying like right now, the owl is like hiding behind a tree, and then with the lamb, we'll say that it's in the backpack, just like hiding in the backpack.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah,
Ignorance is
it doesn't
bliss.
know what the hell's going on. All right, so, yeah, every single one of you are scared shitless right now, including Alwyn.
Oh.
With a 24.
With a 24. This guy is using his frightful presence. So
Oh, joy.
so you guys
Real
are,
shame we don't have the paladins here.
yeah, you guys are frightened for 1 minute. So you want to get as far away from this thing as humanly possible. Every single one of you.
Oh,
There's
well.
either both uphill or in the cave.
It is
Neither
broken
is good.
it has broken your will completely. So because you're frightened, Hifsam, you start clawing the other side of this cliffside, trying to scramble up the side of this cliffside
Yeah.
to get away from it.
I just had an idea.
Your silent image kind of fluctuates as you do so. You don't get up quite yet. No, I want you to make like a athletics.
Athletics.
I want you to do athletics.
Advantage because of the ultra fear.
And the falling damage is horrible, so
Yeah.
make it.
We're gonna say this cliffside is about 15 feet high. Okay. We're gonna say that you made up part way, but you're not all the way up yet. We'll say you're about halfway from that.
Halfway there.
And Morgak, you panic seeing this thing is like, nope, not fighting this. You're not really thinking really logically right now, so as you begin to flee, these things see you.
I was gonna say, can I just boots a flying and just nope upwards?
Actually, yeah, I'll allow that. If you want to nope upwards, you can do that.
So, wait.
All right,
It's
cool.
decidedly from whatever realm the portal is linked to. Like,
This is-
definitely.
This is the fair assumption that you are all making right now. These creatures are not of this world. And
Banishment.
you can logically insinuate, based off of your experience in the swamp, that this big guy came from that.
So, how fast are you guys at running?
Apparently not fast enough.
About as fast as you.
Fair.
So, Morgak will say has noped straight up into the air. This thing definitely sees something fly up into the air.
No, you don't. Denied.
And then the little creatures try to rush you, and you can almost feel the tentacles try and grab around your ankle as you shoot straight up into the air, but they don't get the chance to like manage to grapple you downwards.
Yeah, because boots of flying are 100 normally, with sprint that's 200 feet in 6 seconds.
Pretty much.
Yep. So now
I'm
we
just
have
gone.
a
I'm
super,
a fucking rocket, dude.
we have super orc in the air right now.
Your shins are probably killing you right now, though.
My entire body is killing me. Are you kidding?
Okay, that's true. You're at like 11 HP.
24.
Hey.
All right. So again, like all
That's
of you guys are
twice.
currently frightened. So I'm going to say that you are at least smart enough to know that you're not going to be running in opposite directions. But Perrin and Alwyn, you notice that Hifsam is scrambling to get up the side of this mountaintop, and these things start to close in on him.
Fuck.
Get off me, you freak fucks.
Can't you just call on Masquerade, your mouse mommy?
Fuck.
Divine intervention is not a common thing.
Yeah, sadly.
Smax, I will make a request.
Well, we
Yes.
could sacrifice him to those so we can get away.
That is a fair
This is a really
point.
pragmatic thought.
I know that you think, mister. Mine
On
is
the
not.
other hand, it is decidedly from a different plane. So that means if I manage to get a banishment off and it works on it, it wouldn't be able to come back.
Yeah,
And if
but
we
that's not.
attack,
So,
we know where we're at.
on the other hand, there's that. It's rough.
You guys gotta make a decision quick. Have
I was
Sam.
going to say, Smex,
Oh yeah. Would you have an idea for?
I would like to rage,
Uh-huh.
gaining immunity to the frightened condition. And just in that span of blind fury, just say, fuck, 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 fly over, grab for Sam, and then yell, fuck, and fly away.
Okay. Hold on. I want to take
Yeah,
a look
that
at.
works with his movement speed, but
That's the thing. Like, I want to take a look at the frightened stat and see if you can actually rage while
No,
you are
because
frightened. I don't think you can.
no, he's fully immune. It's
When I
viable.
rage, I am immune to fright.
You are, but right now you weren't in rage while you had become frightened. So
Not
Yeah.
at the start of fright, but once
Yeah,
Like,
no, the
while
effect
in the
will
fighting
end. The
condition, you
big
can still
issue
rage.
is that this is going to be burning one of his rages, and since you have to make an attack or be attacked to continue his rage, it'll probably end right after his round.
pretty much.
okay.
It's a sacrifice play of a rage for a party member.
Because right now, you cannot willingly move closer to its source. So you would be willingly
No.
moving closer to it.
Well, actually, he'd rage
Until I
first.
rage.
He rages first, then he
okay,
does.
okay. All right.
So-
You know what?
Yeah, works out.
I will allow that. But
Thank
first,
you.
I want Hivsam to make an athletics check again.
All right.
You're a kind and benevolent god.
We'll see.
Run
We'll see if they
to
grapple him
the
first before you get to him.
hills.
So Hivsam, roll another
Run
athletics.
for
Oh!
life.
You reach
Sam,
up.
no.
You reach up to what seems to be a very solid branch, but it immediately comes loose, and you are like in slow motion. You see Hivsam just kind of like look at the branch and start going, "Fuck!" and he immediately falls, free falls back down.
I throw a
towards the
feather
grasp of
fall
these.
at him.
Okay, so you
Alright.
you slow that down. So now Hivsam is falling in slow motion down to the open maws of these two Eldritch Zions, just going like.
So I return Eldritch Blasts to them.
Right now you don't have a chance to do that. You're currently in free fall.
Yeah, kind
But
of burned up your action.
what I will do is I will allow Morgak to attempt to fly over. All right, so you fly over. He's feather falling. I will give you do an athletics roll with advantage because he's been slown. You'll have a better chance of grasping onto him that way.
Hey.
All right, there we go. So
I'm good at one thing and one thing only.
Hivsam, as you're slowly falling, you see a green blur just kind of like flash over to you and grab onto your arm and pull you up into
And
the
then
air.
your arm is dislocated.
And then another 40 feet of just that way.
Okay, so yeah, you got a hold of Hivsam, and do you drop him into the snow or you hold on to him the whole time?
I'm holding them.
Okay. All right. So immediately these things begin climbing near effortlessly up the side of this cliffside.
Get
These
me over that can be
two
get eaten by the demon.
immediately start closing in, and these two move closer. This thing takes 2 steps.
Oh, fuck.
Those are big steps.
Yes, those are big steps. Oust, you are trying to avoid getting closer to this thing as it approaches, but you are also being approached by the science, so I want you to roll for stealth.
Fair.
And I'll make it a flat roll.
Fact.
10. Let's see how perceptive these guys are.
Look at the giant green orc. Come on.
Oh, not very perceptive, apparently. These things are still trying to sniff around for that rotted flesh that they were smelling a moment ago. They don't notice you.
That is a godsend.
All right. So, which direction do you guys want to head? Do you want to head
How
in
far are we from the grate that we just left?
the grate? So I'll say that the grate is in this direction. You are about, we'll say, 20 feet away from it. Actually, no, you'd be further. You'd be 60 feet away. Sorry.
So I will let everybody know that we can get some cover in that tunnel because it's going to be too big for them to get into.
Well, might as well do it.
So
Character. We'd
I'd
then just
say
be trapped
follow
in
me
between
and
being us
Gab.
Maybe we should split because, you know, we have a better chance to escape the big thing.
Sorry, Morgak, what was that?
Alwyn will. So, you know how we had an entire argument about how I have to like get away from a magical thing that I hated, apparently?
Yeah, for an hour.
Yeah.
Here.
So my next question is along the lines of, would I still be able to like cast invisibility to get away? Because that is usually an escape plan, even if it's a case of survivability.
You can still cast spells when you're frightened. You'd be fine doing that. But Morgak, what was your question? I know you were trying to say something.
I was just saying out of character to the plan of jumping into the grate. Like, sure, we get away from the big one, but the little ones can still swarm through inside.
but then they
Yeah,
can
well-
only get us one at a time.
Exactly. I think we can
Corridors.
get how many of them is 6. So yeah, each person should be able to take one. Well, Morgak wouldn't, but I still have more HP, so I can tank them, or at least die trying.
I was about to say things I never thought I'd hear.
Yeah.
The warlock, I can tank them.
Don't worry, guys.
I got this. Dice.
All right. As you guys are discussing your plan, they are getting closer. These two are
I
here.
have potions of healing if they'll help anybody on the
These
run.
two are here.
I'm Eldritch Blast.
We
Say we just fucking run.
Are here.
All right,
Like,
so
what's the direction of a town and run?
right, the dash action and make a beeline for and show them where the grate was that we were hiding in.
Yep, you can do that.
The same thing is run through the grates as fast as we can.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Sam.
So you were firing at
Shove
these
them off
two?
the cliff. No, I'm shooting at this one first and this one the second.
Oh yeah, you do have the push version. You have Eldritch
Yeah.
Master or whatever.
Well, you managed to hit this one. This one kind of scrambles down to the side. This one gets pushed back, but very minimal damage is done because it doesn't look like they were injured in that particular case.
10 feet makes.
Yeah,
Peasant will
okay, so we'll do that. That's about
damage,
10 feet.
but
Now I
did it
run.
manage to fall? Or
Okay.
I'm still holding you, Superman carriage style.
Yeah, so Hifsam's trying to like swim away in midair. He's like, "Let's go, let's go."
oh,
Yeah.
God, sounds like the cat, Mr. Whiskers. Ugh.
So that invisibility is getting classed, and so which way is the town?
Not
No
town.
town. There's a grate.
There's a grate.
Grate this way.
Over there.
So
Zoom.
there's no town anywhere. We just have to go into the grate.
Right now,
Well,
you guys
that's
have no idea
fantastic.
where you are. So at the moment, great is best option. It seems.
You mean
So
it's the
basically,
greatest?
we're doing the Diatlo pass thing. Beautiful.
Okay, so we're gonna assume
I
that
guess
you
we go
guys.
into the grate then.
Yeah, we'll assume you guys start heading towards the grate. Store and Janine heading towards that direction as well. Awin and Oust, however, I want you guys to make a stealth roll because you are surrounded by scions.
How about I cast Misty Step instead?
Oh, sure.
Just
is
teleport over there.
That'll teleport. Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Uh,
Get me, what is it, 30 feet?
mhm.
30
So
feet.
you'd be
30
about
feet
right
as a
here.
bonus action. I'll do that.
I'll do the same, and then I will cast invisibility.
Okay, cool.
So that puts me right here, and 5, 10, 15. I'm over to the grate by the end of this.
Okay, cool. So we'll say that all of you guys have managed to get inside the grate. I will take you. Well, it depends. Like, right now they are chasing you down.
Hold the grate closed behind us.
Okay. The big guy ain't getting in there for sure. But yeah, so you guys are currently inside the grate. Let's get a order, actually, of who's in
So
first.
you have Store and the Drow, and then me,
Store.
because we were leading the way.
Okay, Perrin. So Perrin, you're going to be third in line.
Yes.
Okay. So Store went in
Yes, his
first.
Sam and I would be in
Yeah.
after that.
And then, Hiv and Morgak. And
Nothing
then it
against-
would be...
Actually, can I go the last because I want to do something?
Actually, you should probably put Store and Thrift Sam as last because, well, actually, it doesn't matter. They're trying to get away from the big
Yeah,
thing.
you guys...
It's going to be whoever
You
gets
guys
there
are
first.
running. So right now, Store's first, then Janine, then Perrin, then Hiv, then Morgak, Alwyn, and then keep taking up the rear's oust.
Yep, that'd be correct.
Okay. So you guys are in the grate. Oust, do you want to try and close the grate behind you, or do you want to do something prior to that?
I mean, I could close the grate, or I could throw a fireball, or I could, say, cast Banishment.
Right now, you
Options.
do not have a visual of the large creature, but you do have visuals of several of these drones coming towards you. They're sprinting, by the way, so make a decision fast.
Yeah, okay. I am going to... Yeah, no, I'm... Fuck. I'll cast Fireball, I guess.
Okay. So you cast Fireball just as 3 of them are nearly on top of you, so this is going to be close range hit.
Well, actually, I'll try and close the grate then.
Okay.
Well, if they're getting that close, then yeah. Athletics?
Athletics.
Fuck.
All right. You just kind of like clang the grate in front of you, and you're holding onto it just as one of these things reaches and wraps its tentacles around the grate and tries to pull hard on it. So we're gonna see how well this thing does. This is going to be a test of your strength, my friend.
Okay.
We're conga
Actually-
lining while he's calling the gate, right?
What are you saying, Alwyn?
Well, if he was getting close enough to try and close the grate, if need be, I'll stick my hand through and do the lovely, good old Sparky Spark.
Okay.
Okay, trying to zap the one closing the gate.
This is a 5x5 tunnel, so
Yeah,
you
you can't.
are going to have.
Never mind.
You're not going to be
I
able to
mean,
do
you
that,
can
unfortunately.
squeeze into the space, but it'll be at a disadvantage to hit, is the thing.
Mhm.
I'm
Well-
pretty sure.
I could at least blast it with Firebolt.
That works.
You could. So here's the order that's going to happen. Right now, the drone has wrapped its tentacles around the grate and has wrenched it free from your hands and thrown it away, like 10, 15 feet in an opposite direction. And now its maw is like salivating and its like tentacles open up around its mouth to reveal like a center of like very razor sharp teeth in it, and it goes in to try and suck your face into
I mean,
its. But
if it tried and threw the thing away, then it already have used up its action.
yeah, it's about to try and attack you, but Alwyn fires her firebolt. I'll give it with advantage because it's so close.
Well, that's a 12.
But that's a 12. So it unfortunately meets that. So you're good.
Oh, hey. Roll the
Lucky.
damage, I guess.
So roll damage. 14 fire damage. So
Nice.
Alwyn, you kind of like turn around and you see this tentacle monster try and pull Oust into its face, and you just fire off to the side, sort of like a little firebolt, go straight down its throat, and it's just like and just backs off completely and yelps and runs away. 2 others are nearby, and they both are clamoring together to try and squeeze into this 5x5 hole to get it Oust. So they're fighting over this. They're fighting over Oust, trying to like attack them both at the same time.
Burning hands!
Don't have that!
Maybe you
Am I
guys
anywhere
should
near
move
to just
further down
grab
the
him and
tunnel.
drag him out of the way?
So, at this point, Oust is... Well, she's still close enough, so does she get that advantage again?
Yeah, we'll say she does get that advantage, and she fires
Hey,
a second one in
so
there. So 23 fire. You see these 2 both get hit with the firebolt, and they just yelp and scatter away.
Alright. Oh, that's perfect. Then everyone runs further in.
Yes, everyone can run further in. Perrin, you would be firing this in the opposite direction, I'm assuming, or are you trying to like get past 4 people to hit?
Well, can I detonate it past them?
It would be with disadvantage, but at the same time, you did roll high enough. So we're going to say that as these other 2 were turned to run away, the second firebolt hits one of them in the rear, and it takes that damage.
Okay.
Just the 9, the sneak attack doesn't
Right.
apply.
Yeah,
to
sneak
spell.
attack. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep.
so you managed to scare him off for now, it looks like.
Is there
I
another
lead them
X?
back up to where the jail cells were, where we broke out from.
Okay, so I will copy and paste you guys over to that direction.
You know, this is the first time I've ever broken into a prison.
Really?
There's the first time for everything, Owen.
Of course, we're still under the fear effect. Can we make a wisdom save for that, by the way? Should we have been making wisdom saves?
I'll let you guys do a wisdom save now, just because you're now sort of like out of the danger.
Alright.
Does guidance work on that? No.
Not yet, no.
That's a nope. That's
I
a
mean,
nope.
we're
That's a
outside
nope.
of the radius, so the DC might be lesser.
That's a 5.
That's a nope.
We don't see it, so we're not scared.
Okay, so
If I don't see it, it doesn't exist.
I'm gonna say if Sam was the only one out of the group that seems to be finally calm, but the rest of you are just like, not fucking with that thing again. Nope, 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 nope.
Right. So, other ways out?
Folks, calm
maybe?
down. We can do this. Alright, so Baron, where did you bring us?
Back to this is how we got out of the jail cells. This is right. We escaped from the jail cells.
Mm-hmm.
So then I let them know what we had seen at that other one. As we were going by it, I point out, and this is up here as we're running down to this one. So they have an idea about the portal and the lava at the other one.
Okay.
Wait, you guys were in a jail cell. You were in a
Yeah.
cell. You had
Yes.
your belongings taken away?
Yes. I was able to.
Was there anything else there?
I found some things.
Oh, maybe we take a look at him.
Please.
You
and I
guys.
start pulling things out of my bag of holding.
Yeah. So you guys see like basically all your gear
my
that he
book.
managed to find. Yeah, your books, your
Oh,
staff
praise
that you have.
me.
Well, that's all great and everything.
Morgak's axe is.
Take your dagger back.
Morgak, as soon as you pull Morgak's axe out, I want you to make a dex save, Perrin.
Oh boy. Don't touch the. Oh. I'm sorry.
Sorry for what will happen, mate.
I did the same mistake once. Only once.
It's not a bad axe.
It's just chaotic.
For Morgak, it is absolutely not. However,
This axe wouldn't hurt a fly. Wait.
So I don't know how safe this area is there, people.
Oh, it most definitely isn't safe.
Well, Perrin, make a dex save first.
Oh, fuck.
So you're kind of like taking out all this gear, and then you reach in and grab onto the handle of that obsidian axe, and you can feel it shake in your hand, and it comes flying towards your face. Like,
Is it a good shake or a bad shake?
you're not entirely sure, but it's flying towards your head right now.
Can
As it's
I,
in your hand.
Yeah, definitely backs.
can I danger sense grab it?
Well,
Unneeded.
It looks like Perrin was just quick enough to go like shit, and then the axe just flies out of his hand and embeds itself into the back of the wall.
Well, we don't want anything to do with that.
Oh, yeah,
Or
we do.
Definitely.
goes over, rips out axe from the wall.
And it's
Yeah,
little
Or attack random people.
its little claws kind of like shiver a bit, and then it just stops when you say that, giving it shit.
Just pat it on the
I did
blade.
find another tunnel that may lead out of here, but we're gonna have to move some rock to get into the entrance if that's something everybody wants to pursue.
Where is it
Yeah, maybe we can take
situated?
a strategic position in case, we don't have enough time to move those boulders.
Where was there any paperwork or anything left behind?
I did gather all kinds of crap off the desk. I don't know what it was, but you're more than welcome to look at it.
Yeah, right now I don't think we have that luxury. Anyway, we
might-
should probably
Faust just
go.
happily turns on and turns off the sunblade.
So as you do so, a familiar voice kind of pipes up. It's like, "Oh, Slad, is that you?"
Slowly turns.
My boy! And he goes in for a hug.
Chris and Willers came
Please
to
please don't. We're
that
not-
something bad
we're not-
happened.
we're not. Oh fuck.
Not.
We're going
you know,
to have a long talk. Mother's dead.
And you
And
you just say that out loud to everybody?
yeah, no, I'm bluntly saying that. I don't give two shits.
Oh, okay.
Heard some face palms. Folks, we need to really hurry. Later we can do these.
Your
Please.
mouth the mouth of your father is just like open somewhat as he pulls back his arms and they lay it aside and he's just like, "Right. Yes, let's move on, shall we?"
Please. When we're settled, we can do things.
All right. So, which way do
Not
we
right
go?
now. Sorry.
He nods.
I will lead
and
them
just
over to the
continues.
torture chamber.
Okay, cool.
Ah, yes. A rare time of that being said with good intentions.
Alwyn will take a look at the body to figure out, mostly being killed
Well,
and
yes,
everything.
it was killed by torture. Fancy
Morgan,
that.
can we collapse the ceiling in case those things come here?
Where at?
Yes,
Anyway, as long as it's large enough. You know,
probably, considering that there are cave-ins.
yeah, but then again, we can hurt ourselves in case, you know, it gets a bit more wild.
You know,
Maybe
why
we-
don't we, Joe, just cave in that place with the sewer grate real quick? Let's go do that.
I think it's a bit
Yeah.
late for that.
Okay.
We should do it probably here.
Or why don't we set up a watch and you guys try to get a long rest in?
Yeah, those things would probably come in the time, so I don't think we
That'd
have
be nice,
time
but
for that.
this is the place where Dagon Vor keeps residents.
Yeah, and the last place in the world we should.
Well, if we're staying here, we got to move this rock.
Okay, so one team would move the rock and the other would make some rock.
I don't like the idea of just blindly locking ourselves in here in case this other passageway doesn't go anywhere.
That is
Fair
true.
enough.
I
But
mean, it's good to be prepared to drop the ceiling if we have to, but I did manage to take both of those other wraith things out by myself with just a hand crossbow.
You did what? Man,
he
you
had
are.
the advantage of actually having a place to, you know, hide behind. We were
Well,
kind
still-
of unarmed.
That is
I'm
true,
just-
but still,
I'm
we.
just saying, if I was able to do that with a weapon, you all have your weapons and your armor back. I mean, we should be okay here.
Just putting it bluntly, this guy and this guy look entirely dead on their feet, more or less. I don't know how bad Alwyn is right now, but
I look fine.
Morgan,
yeah,
you
no,
have
he's lost
killing
about
potion.
2 liters of blood. Anyway,
I
I
have
don't
a
need it.
potion of healing.
No. I refuse.
Right, so
I am going
do
to
you want
use
us
my
to
now
go back?
regained potion of healing, though.
Okay.
Should we go there and try to break the pathway where the grate? If it's not too
2d4
late.
Plus 2. Blech.
Let's move some rock.
Yeah. Anybody want to give me an advantage on this?
I will give you advantage.
Guidance.
Yep, and
Advantage and guide.
now we're talking.
Well,
30.
30 on athletics to move rocks.
nice.
Okay. So we're gonna say that as you guys are moving this rock away, Alwyn, you look through the papers that Perrin took from the desk, and you basically notice the same stuff he did. In addition, you do find a book, or it looks to be some kind of tome, and the tome describes essentially how to create abominations, undead, basically undead tanks that are stitched together with various body parts of stronger races, so like orcs and ogres and giants and such.
So flesh golems.
So flesh golems, essentially, yes.
We don't want to meet any of them. I
Don't want to be that guy, but this could draw the implication of Morgak's son being used up for, abomination.
I can't hear you. I'm lifting rocks.
Go on with that, buddy.
What?
Did you happen
It's
to see
fine.
a younger orc in any of the cells?
Didn't really look, to be honest with you.
Oh,
Any sign of a younger orc at all? Any orc, even?
What was the guy that left in the cell that was next to me?
That was a paladin woman, but that time you used the mirror over here to see people, I remember there being something about an orc with an obsidian axe, so...
Yeah, you said you described that there was an orc with an obsidian axe, not very different from the one that Morgak actually is carrying right now. The axe that basically just attacked you. It looked near identical.
Huh. Well, looks like we might have a lead, but is he in cahoots with... Wait, you saw the Lich.
He saw the Lich, and he saw a drow necromancer, and he saw a orc with an obsidian axe.
Did they happen to say a name? Would he have heard that?
Uh,
Because I know he heard some of it, but...
he heard some of it, but he didn't hear any names mentioned outside of Gormak.
oh.
Well,
Morgak, I think we have a bad news for you, but
So
there is a slight chance now.
I'm just
Chance,
imagining
of course.
Morgak more and more aggressively throwing the rocks over
Yeah.
his shoulder at the continuing conversation.
That somehow your son is willingly or not allied to our
That
And then
wasn't.
the rock gets thrown at Rivsam.
I'll tell you guys right now. That wasn't
No,
his
out of
son.
character. Yeah, I know it too.
Gormak is not his son.
No.
No.
hold up.
No.
This is
Who's
Tiny
Gormak?
Limey shit. Rival Gormak. Do you remember him?
Yeah, no. More...
So basically, he had two rivals essentially. The first one that he met, that he completely eviscerated in the Mountains of Madness,
Morguts?
was his doppelganger.
Was... yeah.
More-
More guts?
Gormak was his doppelganger. More
Oh, right,
Guts
right, right.
was his rival that basically got him kicked out of the
You know,
warband.
yeah. You know, Gormak, Morgak.
Yeah.
It's a parallel.
Yeah.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What are you saying?
Yeah. You know a guy called Gormak?
No.
Yeah.
Apparently there was an orc who was using an axe like you on Dagon's side.
Do I have to kill him again?
Again.
I don't
Okay.
remember ever being anybody to kill a problem for you. However, do you
Anyway,
need
not a
any help with the rocks?
yeah.
I'll just have to
Oh,
kill
the
him.
owl is named Nimrod. Yes.
So
Nice.
yes, the owl can now squeeze through the hole here. So I'll reveal the area. And then as
So-
you go further, you see this area, and then you see this.
We got another grate.
That's pretty great.
that's fantastic.
Is that a floor grate or is that some sort of other?
Magical
Engraving.
sigil thing.
It looks like
I will be
magic.
right back.
It looks like to be a large metal cover. It looks to be a grate as well, actually.
Why
Oh,
did you make
joy.
them more? Why did you have two grades and one be the fancy one? Is that the one with the less shit?
Maybe that's
Or
what it,
the royals only take a shit there.
Well, look in the grate. Is there anything?
Well,
two
you,
eyes. Look at the package.
you peer down and you just see darkness. But there doesn't seem to be an unpleasant smell coming out from under it. So there's that, at least.
Break out the crowbar. Anybody going to help with this thing?
Guidance.
And it be orc again.
We'll say, yeah, Morgak said he'd be right back, but he's going to give advantage on this for you.
Yep.
He'll help.
And
And
have
you get a D4 as well. So, here we go. Are you gonna?
Oh, you can go ahead and roll now, Perrin, with advantage.
Okay.
Yep,
I thought we were waiting for the
advantage.
other guy to come back.
Oh no,
Nah.
we'll just assume he's helping.
Oh
you
well,
out.
he's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
8
20.
will get it.
20 will do it.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll say that you guys managed to push the grate about halfway off to the side, and enough room for you guys to hop down.
Then I will send the owl on ahead.
Okay.
And the owl is gone.
So you send
Bye-bye,
the
Nimrod.
you send the owl up ahead, and you see only one direction that it seems to be going in at the moment, and that is to the left side.
Okay. Then I will jump down in and follow, being stealthy.
Okay.
Following after it, after casting another invisibility.
Okay.
You are burning through those second level slots.
Yeah, well, I got a decent amount.
Extra cautious. So as you go down there, you turn to the left, and you see that it goes in two directions, right or left.
Left.
Left it is. So you head towards the left side, and you find yourself. There's a grate in front of you, and you see snow blowing in from this grate.
Do we hear anything from the
But,
outside, like, screeching demons?
I do the magic hand with the mirror again.
Okay. You do the magic hand with the mirror again, and you see what looks to be a very unkept and dilapidated makeshift camp with several tents, an empty wagon, what looks to be like a couple fireplaces, and it looks to be abandoned. There isn't much in the way of supplies outside of like a handful of like single tents and bedrolls that have been left behind. Maybe could be some food in some of these wagons. You're not entirely sure.
Is the grate big enough where I can get the owl through it so he can go out and take a look?
The owl wouldn't be able to push the grate open. You'd have
But-
to do it yourself.
In other words, that's what I'm saying. The bars, the holes aren't big enough for him to squeeze through.
Yeah, you would need to push the grate out of the way for the owl to
Okay.
get through.
Is it big,
Guidance?
And the guidance is an extra
I'm back.
4.
Yeah, it's a 1d4.
is it big enough for a rat to get through?
Yeah, it would be.
Awesome.
Okay, so you're able to wrench that grate through. It doesn't take a lot of muscle to do so, so it's easily pushed off to the side.
Okay.
It makes a loud crunch as it does so, because it doesn't sound like it's been moved in decades.
That's actually a good sign.
Yeah. But when it makes that sound, it doesn't look like anything is coming. You don't hear any hurried footsteps or anyone looking to investigate the noise.
All right. I let everybody know what I saw outside before I head out there.
Okay.
Okay, one should scout and the rest will probably wait. Or two at least.
Okay. So
Those who are skilled.
Alwyn and Perrin, you both exit through the grate. And
Oh yeah, Perrin, message me when you get some information if you are able to. I'll send it to the rest.
Gotta be in sight, I think.
Yeah.
Just within 120
Yeah.
feet.
So at this point, it's very dark outside.
Oh, yeah.
Night has fallen. The wind has kicked up more, so it is freezing cold right now. You guys, luckily for Owen, she's fairly built with this, and we'll say that Perrin, I'm assuming you came with some sort of winter gear as well. So
Cold weather gear. Yep.
yeah, it's nipping at your heels a bit, but you're not too bothered by it yet. Although shelter would be a welcome difference.
Flame bending, please.
I'll give it a go.
So I rolled a 23 on stealth as I head down into the encampment.
Yep. From what you can see, there's no one around, and this camp has been completely abandoned.
Where's
All right.
I would recommend that we at least get 2 or 3 miles away. The majority of us have dog vision. I think the only one that doesn't is the human.
Store. He doesn't have dark vision.
Store does not. No.
Yeah. The human.
So,
Gosh,
are we
I
ass-
thought the casual racism thing was Rip Sam's.
I couldn't remember his name.
She's a highborn. I was still know.
Yeah, no, this is true.
I might be a high elf, but I lost that right a long time ago.
I'm
Not how that works.
High
It's a
elf.
high elf,
right.
always a high
Yep.
elf.
I am
You're
assuming.
also human?
I am assuming all of you guys have followed Perrin and Alwyn out the grate, correct?
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
what? Out of curiosity, what race is Perrin?
I am a high elf.
Excellent.
Distant orc screaming.
Oh, damn it!
Noodles.
Oh, pointy-eared people.
Wait,
Wait,
I
what?
have pointy ears. No.
Damn home diggers.
Knife
At least
ears.
you don't have pointy ears. Picks up Nair.
Okay.
Looks behind. Suddenly, Nair has pointy ears.
No. No.
So you see Hifsam scramble out of the grate and is just like, so cold, so very cold. And he's just kind of like trying to set things on fire with anything he has in his pockets, like flint.
I got a firebolt spell that can light
Oust
things on fire.
is going to start rubbing his hands together, try and create a little bit of fire. Let's see. Arcana. Can I get a
Arcana.
guidance from Rivsam?
Yes, you can definitely.
Alright, I'll take that D4. Hey, 15.
So as you rub your hands together, you feel them getting abnormally warmer than usual, and your fingertips light on fire, both of them.
Oh,
In the snow house.
sure. This doesn't hurt.
Nope, it's magical fire. It you kind of like wave it across like your arms and stuff. You feel nothing. It's like nothing's touching your hands, even though like fire is literally on your arms and everything. Like you're waving it through. Your arms don't catch on fire or anything. It's just
Well, I feel pleasantly warm. Smiles keeps walking.
Good for you.
Oh, just get a bit closer, Rivsam.
Owen
Sure.
will take a look
And
at
Fusen puts his arm, close to Living Torch Man to warm himself up.
okay.
That's
Oh,
fine.
thank you.
Yeah, that's fine.
it.
Can I call you Johnny from now on?
What?
Johnny
Oh.
Storm. No.
All right, Owen. What did you want to do?
It's Skylar. It's all you need. I'm sorry.
Oh no, she's singing. Roll performance for Arwen, Lydia.
Do we roll psychic damage?
Depends.
Depends
First
how
off,
bad it is.
rude.
Okay.
Secondly,
No, it's actually quite a pleasant tune. It's not grating on the ears or anything. Janine kind of takes a step back and she's like, "How do you know that song?"
She gets around a lot.
Yeah.
A rather dry look in her direction.
Hey, someone
And
has to fulfill the role of a bard.
you weren't part of the party at the time, Perrin. She seduced a paladin while we were out on the search for a certain someone's son.
Hey, girls gotta eat.
There you go.
Hey, this
Yeah,
is
well, it
what
was,
I'm talking about.
Okay, so
Funny.
This is rather uplifting music.
yeah,
Nice.
So what
Well,
do we do now? Anybody
We
knows?
investigate the encampment and figure out if there are any signs of anything.
See if it's safe enough to make encampment for the night, too.
Anyway, investigation.
okay. Roll for investigation. See what you find.
I recommend we have the rogues do that and give them advantage with help.
Thanks.
Yeah. We're helping them.
Or not.
I'm gonna use guidance actually.
Yeah, take a d4 as well.
Don't worry, I got this.
17.
17.
Morgath does got this with help. Yes, the -1 even. Investigate work.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's the law of inversion.
So Awen and Perrin, you guys are looking around the encampment and you're trying to see how sturdy this is. Morgak, you wander over to one of the wagons here. We'll say this one. And
Has a flashback of his teacher telling him,
you're able to not only find a couple of rations and even what looks to be a keg of frozen ale, but you also know, based off of the entire area, who made this camp. It was made, it looks to be by some dwarven miners, and you can tell because you notice some imprinted footsteps in the dirt underneath the snow. And you're like, these are the feet of like a dwarf. So it looks like this was a dwarf encampment at one point.
I relay that as I'm taking out supplies and whatnot.
Yeah.
Relays this as he puts a pipe in his mouth and smokes it. Elementary.
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 Whatever that means.
I don't know. My teacher said it once.
Yeah.
The canon, by the way, for that is Morgak, whenever he rolls high on intelligence, it's just his old orc elder told him something extremely specific, and he remembers it for that reason and that reason alone.
Yeah, he gets lucky sometimes.
I love how that's canon.
Mm-hmm.
It is totally
Sometimes
canon.
it's quite often, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you guys continue to investigate, we'll say that you find maybe like a handful more rations, but they're all frozen and more or less like 2/3 of them have rotted, and the other third are probably
How can they rot in
fairly,
really cold weather?
they're
They
probably
probably
fairly
can, actually.
inedible. I mean, it's
If they're
fruit.
frozen, then they're probably of poor quality, but not rotten.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you find some like maybe like apple cores that have rotted and frozen into the ground, and then like
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, pears, maybe some like pieces of meat, a jerky that have frozen into the ground or even onto the wagons. It's not wholly inedible, but you might want to like heat it up to see if it's actually tastes any good
Yeah,
or
at least
has
more
nutritional value.
whole month's worth of rations.
Mm-hmm.
I have 34 days of old ration. I also have 2 barrels of water.
I have fresh rations.
There you go.
I also apparently have a drow prisoner.
What?
What?
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, I know.
There.
I know what.
No!
Mm, mm.
He's long dead!
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh
that's
god!
that drow prisoner that you put in your bag of holding. You never took out. Are you telling me that right
Probably.
now?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus. It's like you're looking through your bag. It's like, I have this many rations. What's this skull doing in here? You're
Oh,
digging your
it's a
arm
bone.
through. Yeah, it's just like bones. It's like, why did I keep these skeleton man in my backpack?
Oh, these look like
Oh.
the
There's
clothing
some
the
ghosts that show
drow
up.
were wearing. Oh. Oh no.
I do also have drow spare clothes.
There you go. Yeah, that came with the body.
Oh no, Ripsam can't handle it.
No, I have 2 that are Ribsam size specifically. I don't know why it's in there.
I'm gonna pretend that Janine didn't notice you take out entire skeleton of a drow.
I mean, should you roll perception?
No, do it. I don't care.
I
I'll
mean,
get stabbed in my sleep. Bring it.
we'll see. I'll do a flat roll because I don't really
Sure.
have it. Oh god. So you scatter
I'll
the
do that.
bones onto the ground, and she immediately turns. Is like, gives you a very curt, "What is that?" And you're throwing the clothes onto the ground too. It's like, I don't remember putting this here.
Trying to find my barrels of water.
That explains everything.
She saunters over to you, Morgak, and she's just like, picks up the clothes. It's like, these are the clothes of a drow nobleman. Can you care to explain yourself? When were you at the kingdom?
Oh, we were there a few months ago.
Yeah, it was a bit over a week ago now. If we're talking actual in-game time.
Yeah,
Where?
yeah, it would have been.
Like 2 weeks, probably.
Yeah,
Drow lands are right next to dwarf lands.
We stopped an assassination.
Right, and we had him, and we were going to interrogate him, and I shoved him in the bag. And then we just didn't interrogate him.
Is this the entrance to a mine back here?
We'll say that's the grate.
Okay.
Yeah. But there is one there. And these are bushes, essentially. I think. Actually, no, that'd be crumbled rock. Yeah. Okay, so, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to set up camp here for the night, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What do you want to do, Owen? What were you going to suggest?
I was going to suggest that we make camp. It will be a bit of a trek, but it would at least make us not near anything.
Okay. Well,
we have time to at least get a short rest in so people can use some hit die.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
this is fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I want my spells back anyway, so.
I'm so glad I still have the spell slinging gloves.
There you go.
I'm stealing another tent.
All right. You're shoving a tent into
Before
your.
I your collection.
I already have one tent in here. Why not have two? I have room. I got rid of the dead drow.
There you go.
Oh my god. You didn't really answer the... Why do you have a drow nobleman?
Oh, he did. He answered that. He said that he
But what
planned.
did she think?
She just gave him like sort of a raised eyebrow, let out a sigh, and just kind of like walked over and says like, comes to Owen's like, I think me and you should just hang out together for a little.
Shut them down.
For the drow soul, as if it's what is it, that Shakespearean thing?
Yeah.
To me or not to me.
And that is perfectly enough to actually bring me up back to full.
Oh, there you
Wow.
go. So, your father starts to make his way over towards you, Oust.
He gets out another cup and puts more alcohol
in it.
icicles in them, melts it, hands it to him.
He takes it and nods solemnly. He's like, so, Solania, she's, dead.
Dead.
It's more than that.
What happened to her?
Her soul is gone.
What do you mean, gone? She would have
It
been
was
sent...
destroyed in the land of death.
Takes a sip of the alcohol, and on second thought, he just downs the whole cup. And he turns and he throws it against the cliffside and smashing it to pieces. He's like, blast it, laddie! Blast that man and his god-forsaken quest! I'm going to kill him. Slowly! And as he starts becoming enraged, you notice that his eyes turn a fiery red and his hands start to steam. And he goes to punch the side of the cliff, and his hand busts right through it, making sort of like a fist-sized hole. And you see as he removes his hand, the rocks sort of just kind of smolder and burn. And he shakes his fist. It's like, I haven't done that in a long time. And he just kind of closes his fist open and closes it a bit.
Hey, Oust, your dad is pretty cool.
Do not seduce him.
No, he's a widower now.
He's not a paladin, don't worry.
He's a widower now. I have standards.
Raised eyebrow. No comment.
She honestly wouldn't sleep with a guy who literally just found out his wife is dead.
Mm-hmm. This is fair. He kind of like looks to you, Oust, and did you make like a surprised look or?
Yeah, no, stumbled back a little bit.
Okay.
Huh.
I suppose there's something I should probably explain to you a little bit.
If you don't mind.
I'm not completely human.
Well, that's a blessing.
I suppose I've been...
Not wrong.
I don't know. I called it more of a curse than anything else, but the people who worship the god of fire, forge, and war seem to be a little OP in certain ways.
O.P.?
Overpowered. I like to abbreviate some of my wording. I call it slang. I hope it catches on one day. Anyway.
House just sits down at the log right here. Go on.
So, long story short, if you worship Felvin, he kind of gives you a little extra power, a little oomph. But in exchange with that, you sell a part of your soul to him. And it's exchanged with elemental power. Drawn from, well, basically fire elementals. Felvin uses his power and the fire elementals to power his own abilities. He's not a nice god, but
So
he's
what
very
do
convincing.
I count as then? A genasi?
bastard.
Half-elf?
You
I was already a bastard. Shush.
You are who you are right now, but you have a little bit of extra fire elemental power in you. Drawn from Felvin, who draws it from the fire elementals himself.
Right, so genasi half-elf. Wonderful. Okay. I was wondering about the whole me being able to use a sword thing.
Yeah.
That makes more sense now.
Eventually, you won't even need a sword, laddie. There would be no use for one. You will become the weapon.
I don't particularly like the connotations of that.
Who's gonna wield him?
It is hard. It can be hard to control, as you can see. It's based off of emotion. You let that get a hold of you, and it could get very dangerous for your friends.
Yeah, I suspect none of us is quite emotionally stable, so... Huh.
For now, yes. Well, it's... Con save. Okay, we'll make you do a con save. Why not? It's like, as you keep downing this alcohol. Okay.
A little bit tipsy.
You are considerably tipsy at the moment, and your father walks over to you and gives you like a little pat on the shoulder on the side. It's like, ease up on the alcohol, laddie. We've got a long day ahead of us.
So... I'm gonna...
Fair enough.
Okay. Where's that spell I got? Oh yeah, Mage Hand.
I already drank the whole cup. You're not getting my cup. Get your own. Ugh.
Hey, can I roll a sleight of hand with Mage Hand?
Only if you're an arcane trickster.
Damn it.
It's worth a shot, but no, yeah. Okay.
Fine, then I'll go over and steal it.
So you
You
grab
have
it.
your own mess kit. Do it yourself.
I might have
Holding
my
it
own-
to his chest. He's not letting it leave his sight.
Leave him
Okay.
be, lassie. He just needs a brew on
If the-
what he just had.
If the child... Okay, you really are a dad.
He kind of
What
nods.
gave that away? Sits down, starts this on fire. Just.
You're going to give away our position, buddy.
It's not smoking.
Yet.
Yet.
All right.
I know
So,
the kind of wood this is. Made fires before. In case you didn't notice.
so what's Morgak up to? Are you just
Continuous looting.
continue
That's
looting?
all I'm doing.
Okay.
And looking for more food.
Turn on Sunblade, turn off Sunblade. Turn on Sunblade, turn off Sunblade. Turn on Sunblade,
those
set
tiny
Sunblade on fire.
All
Is
right.
Sunblade burning?
It's glowing, but it's not burning right now. Perrin, what are you
Damn.
up to?
Back
I'm
to the
having-
drawing board.
Well, I'm observing the party dynamics and trying to understand exactly what I've gotten myself into.
I'll
Okay.
tell you now, deep shit.
I'm sending Nimrod out and circling, looking for anything that's out there, looking for a safe place for us to head to after here.
Okay.
Okay.
It's out
so
the fire size.
basically, she'll be like, "Okay, Perrin. So out of there is
Yes, that's me.
is an edgy boy sorcerer who is also
Are you talking about yourself? Aside
Hello,
from the boy
Castle.
bit, that's pretty much the same.
Hi, Kettle. My
I don't
name's
think
Cat-
either of us can be particularly blamed for our current states.
Sam is a failed entrepreneur. And
Ouch, you had to bring that up.
Morgak is our current muscle.
I don't remember
and
asking you for opinion now, and
And is our current, basically the only one that is very much sane, and that is saying something.
Including yourself in that number then. Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. I
And you've got a thing for holy men.
I would consider it my
she
blood.
likes to desecrate what wasn't in her presence.
Already am desecrated, buddy.
Likes to desecrate, not be desecrated. You can't desecrate yourself much more.
It's-
Right.
There is still a rock bottom, you know, Owen.
I am a divine sorcerer who works for the IOU.
Your boss is dead.
Okay.
Judging by the state of the world, probably the rest of the IAU is dead.
No, I meant
Um,
that literally.
so-
Oh shit, I think actually that was store.
Yeah, at
God, I should
the
have gotten lighter on the alcohol. Whoops.
at the mention of the IAU, store just kind of pipes up. He's like, "We ain't all dead, lassie."
I
Yep, nope, he's part of that whole shtick.
That man that was splayed out on that torture device was one of us.
Yeah, he was IOU.
Yes. He will be lost. He's a good man.
So, and I'm just letting Nimrod go out and search, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So,
can't say much for the boss.
yeah, you don't know where your boss is right now. But for Nimrod, we're going to say that upon taking flight, he was able to find a cave entrance not too far from here, maybe about 5 miles out.
That sounds like a safer location.
That sounds like it could also be a trap. Or leading into the...
Or we can stop both.
Well, less
on
a
the
trap and
same
more
cave
like
we
something
came
else
from.
could be residing there, I think.
I'm down with killing a bear.
I don't think it'll be a bear.
Sadly, Morgak, I don't think you're in the condition to do so again.
What are you saying?
Down that is damn.
Also, Morgak, short
I can
rest. You can
fight
burn some
through
hit die
that.
right now.
Yeah,
Oh, I
everyone.
have my spell slots.
Yeah, everyone who hasn't rolled for short rest health recovery, do so now.
Full HP.
I'm just happy to get my spells back, to be honest.
Nice.
You
Spell
don't.
slot
You're a
pop
sorcerer.
on a short rest.
Yeah. No.
Well, my sorcerer points back.
Yeah, you
Oh,
don't,
well,
you don't
that-
get your
yeah.
spell slots, but you get sorcerer points back, yeah.
Okay.
I can
Yeah.
spend spell slots to get more sorcerer points, and that'll be fine.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And necrotic damage, I can only go up to 42 until we long rest.
So right before the short rest, I'm going to use the rest of my sorcery points to,
Restore your spells.
yeah.
That's exactly what I was planning on doing.
So
I'm
we'll
gonna
do
leave-
that.
I'm gonna leave a few left over for empowering and shit, but I want my spell slots back.
All
So
right.
that got me that one back, and I have my gloves of spell slinging, which is excellent.
I need to get me some of those.
Yeah, I was kind of questioning when, like, how I have these because they're fantastic. 3 spells of level 4 and below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Owen needs a lot of new things, but
Yeah. Also, Morgak, can you give her throwing knife back?
I haven't had a long nap, but this I guess counts.
I meant her, magic throwing knife.
I know.
Ah.
Takes it out, hands it over. Stab me with this again. I'm taking it away.
Hit him with the pointy end.
Oh no, I did. The story behind that is
The immediate first time she tried to use it, she stabs him in the back. It was an accident, but she managed to.
Crit 1.
no, not a crit one. Just it kind of got.
Pretty sure it was full damage, though.
Kind of got
Yeah,
in
it
the
was
way.
him.
Even that is, okay, here's this. It apparently is really good at tracking targets. If you just say the name of the thing you want to hit and you yell out, Morgak, chuck it. And hit.
She didn't know that at the time.
No, but she's got an orc with a grudge now.
Yeah.
It doesn't have an orc.
If you
with a
know the
grudge.
name of the creature and you yell it out, the knife will head towards that creature like a magic missile.
It's a nice knife.
What was the... Hold on. And then there was like a return incantation.
Property. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to...
I don't have any of the details.
I don't
believe
even
it.
remember what the incantations were.
Yeah, I don't either, but I think it was something funny. Like,
Some kind of pun.
to
yeah.
me, my board. Or to me, my knife. Or whatever. Yeah.
It's got to sound fancy with it.
Yeah, you gotta be fancy with it. But you have to have
The
like
only thing I
a...
had written down for that was knife that looks like arrow.
Yeah, exactly.
D8, so-
Alright, so you guys have your short rest. You've recovered the health slots that you need to. So we'll say that right now it's pretty much like the middle of the night. We'll say like 2 a.m. or so. Do you guys want to leave in the cover of darkness, or you want to wait till morning?
Darkness.
Darkness, okay.
Darkness.
So yeah, right now it's pretty much pitch black. The only person that can't really see too much is Store, which shouldn't be a problem because the rest of you will just guide him if you have to.
And don't put him in the bag of holding. We saw that one.
Or at least make a note to pull him out.
The only
Yeah.
thing is I put the note in the bag of holding.
If you put
Oh,
the
that's
thing
a
in the
problem,
bag
then.
of holding, you gotta leave it open for air.
Oh! That's what I forgot.
A
Store just...
magical thing doesn't provide air.
Yeah.
It doesn't provide air. It's like putting somebody in a bottomless pit.
Let me roll Arcana. Let me see what my mind knows.
Do you know how many necromancers use that thing? It's
Damn
terrifying.
it! I wanted a natural one so I could just be ignorant.
Yeah, well, you look at it, you're just like, maybe you're right. Need air.
Flashback to a time when he tried to keep a pet inside a bag of holding, and then his master
And his
scolded
teacher
him.
smacked him. If you forget to pull out to bring air, your drow prisoners will die.
You will pay the price for this in 5 years.
Oh,
What do you mean pay the price? Because you won't remember
So
in
when-
time.
after
Dun,
like
dun,
every,
dun.
Pretty much.
as we're still like resting and everything, never mind.
No. yeah,
Yeah,
you failed whatever you were trying to look for sure.
I was trying to look for a damn map.
Oh. Yeah, sadly no.
Hey,
You know the
Nat 20
situation?
out here found a map.
You know the area at all, parent, or, well, dad? Ugh. I don't like saying that word.
Can I recognize any of from my way into this establishment when I was breaking into the compound?
I'll say roll for survival with advantage.
Eh,
'Cause
Guidance.
You're kind of recalling.
Survival or history?
I would
Either.
like to say survival just because like he had to find his way in, so he would have to backtrack in his head. It's like, okay, how did I break into this place?
Alright.
but he's got advantage, so a 13.
And then a die 4 on that, you said?
Yes.
Yep, add a d4.
16. Okay. So we're gonna say from your retrace of like where all these grates were and where you were situated in a jail cell, you can safely say that you guys are probably south east of the entrance that you found to break into the Dagon's lair.
Okay.
Yeah. So if
So I
you
should be able to figure out how to get back to where we need to go from there then.
yes, with a maybe a couple more survival checks, but yeah, you shouldn't have a problem finding your way back.
Okay. And then I can always send the owl up for altitude to get an overview look of where things are and see what looks familiar landmarks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Are we heading to the cave or are we heading home? Where are we heading?
I would vote that we head to a town. For one,
Okay.
Even. No.
I mean, probably for the cave, so Morga can have a long rest.
we can head for the cave for now. I'm just saying in general, we probably need to head to a town.
Yeah. Did Morgak roll hit die? Oh, he did. I see
He
him
did.
now. He like
Because of
doubled
that
his available
necrotic
health.
damage, I felt full as a long rest.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say this. I kind of find it pretty funny how the city slickers outsmarting some you, Perrin. I'm sorry.
What?
with
What?
with the 15 and then you rolled two 13s.
This is not my area of expertise. I'm much more comfortable in the cities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
Never mind.
Allow me to take lead. I know everything.
Probably with advantage, given that people are gonna give you a hand in directing.
Yeah. Morgak just like pipes
Shite.
up. He's just like, I know exactly where we're going. And he starts heading down the bridge.
And he dives into the
Morgak,
river.
Morgak, that's exactly where the creature. Oh God,
He
we're not
starts-
going back there.
He never backs down from a
Alright,
challenge.
but I'm not gonna follow him.
I don't think that we should let him be on his own in his current condition either.
He's not terrible.
But he's not better.
He patched himself up a fair bit.
So, do you correct Morgak's direction? Because he's heading in the opposite way.
I mean,
Yes.
she can't correct his direction because her survival was a 9.
Yeah. Alwyn, you believe that the direction that Morgak is headed is in the correct way. Perrin, you're... Actually, no, hold on. You rolled a 15 and then a 9. So, what
Yeah.
was... Yeah.
That second one was.
Yeah, let's
just-
follow Morgak. He's probably right.
Okay.
Oh.
Everyone is following Morgak.
No,
No, you guys are... Stop,
technical was a
stop, all of
14.
you stop. Stop.
Agreed.
That is not the way we need to go.
All right.
This is...
How are you sure about that?
So, Perrin, what are you using Thieves Tool on?
Gonna be totally honest here. I do
I'm not-
remember a bit of this area when I was researching locations to find my father. That was my whole goal back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not using thieves' tools. I'm just setting up my macros.
oh, okay, fair enough.
Noticed he had some kind of connection with Felvin, and this was a place that, you know, had a larger one. So,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're going to be heading...
Yeah, probably we should.
So, you've got
no.
those two options. You're going to be heading northwest to the entrance of Dagon Vor's lair, or are you heading towards the cave?
so two options: cave or the entrance to Dagon's land. I vote cave personally, but that could also be where
too.
our friendly abominations were hiding.
Cave.
Well, I'm about to investigate.
Okay.
We can send. Does the owl have a name? I didn't get a name from you.
Nimrod.
Nimrod. All right, Nimrod. It is.
What's your
That
name
Nimrod.
again?
Perrin.
There.
What? When did
His name is Perrin.
when did you hear that? I didn't. I must have overheard a conversation or something.
I was too busy looking for things.
No, the drow told me.
I think your father called him that.
Yeah, I was too focused on getting the hell away from those things.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, You guys head
Anyway, to the cave, I guess.
towards the cave. Yes. So, as you do so, you see the cave entrance is actually quite wide. It's easy to get inside. And is there anything you guys want to do before?
Well, let's see if there's any kind of remnants of anything in here.
Yeah, that's
Please.
what I was planning on doing.
I'll be helping Alma with
Checking on
that, by
tracks
the
if there
way.
are any.
So, that's a
Okay.
19.
Perfectly.
Can I get a guidance?
Yep.
You added a 4.
Mm-hmm. So that would be a 21.
Nice.
Nothing. Seems safe.
Okay. Yeah. You guys seem to feel it's pretty safe to be going in. So you walk inside, and as you do so, you start on occasion, like as you step along, you see like these little pieces of bone and just skeletal remains, just kind of like haphazardly strewn about as you guys go into this cavern.
Okay.
As you continue on, the cavern opens up into a wide area. It's probably, we'll say it's like 500 yards up and maybe 1,000 plus in diameter. It's a giant cavern. And you guys approach from a cliffside overlooking this cavern. And what you see is a complete and utter mess
Of.
of bodies. Like an entire battle just had taken place here.
Well, we need a funeral pyre.
So
Or, we just leave them at that.
what you guys end up seeing is off in the distance.
Oh.
You see a swath, not a horde, just like a sea of bodies limping to the northern side of the cavern. And you look up into the cavern spires, and on the spires you see these things kind of like crawling across the spires in the same direction. And there are ogres that have been sewn together with other pieces of ogres. And there are giants with clubs, with corpses wrapped around their club and barbed wire wrapped around the corpses to keep them on the club. And they are slowly slinking their way.
I have to admit, they are creative.
There are probably tens and thousands of limping and crawling bodies heading towards the north western part of the cavern.
Is that a potential entrance to the Drow and Dwarven kingdoms?
You're not entirely sure, but you do know that Kagrum Gate is to the northeast, or northwest, I should say.
We don't need to
Those
be
bodies are of what
No, we
species?
do not.
The
Retreat. We're retreating.
Okay.
The bod... Smex, can we see what were those bodies? Were they dwarves, elves?
At first glance, you notice that they are dwarves. A lot of dwarven bodies have been left on the ground. From the banners, you notice that there's Rudenheim, Masonheim, Crowfrogrum, just like all 4 clans. Banners in tatters, bloodied. You don't see anybody moving down below.
In some cases, people impaled onto banners, apparently.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. Okay, so we go back. We hide into forest and hope that someday we will die before all of this ends, because dwarves
So-
are off the list of the available
Okay.
friends that can help us.
Holy shit, I forgot I had a lyre. Where the fuck did you come from, bitch?
I mean,
Your
Soul,
backpack?
did you really expect not to have a liar?
Fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Soul in his character art literally has a lyre, I'm not sure. Or he has something to loot? I want to check.
So as you
Make
guys
gods.
immediately leave this cavern, you don't notice that they are
Nope.
following you. You seem to notice that they have a very specific direction in mind, and they are following that to the T. But it looks that this battle that had occurred, they would lay waste to anything that was in its way. So.
And they
This
say
is
dwarves are quite well armored for facing.
horribly bad.
Probably.
When you think it can't go worse, our friend Dagon has a talent to show us we're wrong.
You hear it here first, folks. And get the first Flesh Colossus, and you get the next 999 half off. You heard it here.
Yeah.
Call in now, and we'll kill your army.
I mean, if you can't afford them all at once, he'll sell it to you by piecemeal. One leg and arm at a time. You sew it together yourself.
Yeah, installments.
That's one hell of an investition. So, where should we go now? If there is a safe place in this world.
I don't know if there's any safer place. Not anymore.
True.
You know
I think
what?
we're officially lost.
No.
Okay, let me
No,
consult
you
with
cannot.
the user service. I'm gonna dial up the big boss.
Okay, go ahead and do that. But I know for a fact that we have not lost. Odds might be against our favors, but we have not
Boss,
lost.
I didn't say that
Help.
we've lost. I just said that there's no genuinely safe place right now.
No, I'm talking to the other high elf. Other high elf.
Perrin, yeah. So
Yeah, no, that saying that isn't gonna work anymore.
so
The other high elf. The other high elf.
Other? Do I need 3?
Dial tone.
yeah.
Mm.
So
Service disconnected.
so Sam, you don't hear anything back from Masquerade. Perrin, what are you doing
Shit.
right now?
I'm looking for the quickest way to get out of here.
Okay, fair enough.
Through the way we came.
So that would be
I've got
definitely the way you came.
Nimrod up, circling, trying to get my bearing again.
Mm-hmm. All right. Roll for survival again, and I'll give you advantage because you're using your owl this time.
Guidance.
How about investigation, since I'm looking for landmarks that I recognize?
Sure. I'll move you guys over to the forest here. So.
Oh, that is a very pretty picture.
Oh wow.
Lovely.
Okay.
Add
So-
a D4 to be excessive.
The more the merrier.
Why not, right? There you
Hey.
go. 26. All right, so your owl comes back to you, and you now have a definite bearing on the direction of 2 locations. You know the entrance to Dagon Vor's lair. You also know the general direction of where Kagrum Gate is located. Now, you can do one of 2 things from here. You can either go into Dagon's lair and hope that he's still there and try and stop him that way, or you can go to Kagrum Gate in an attempt to warn what is hopefully a still strong group of dwarven warriors to the incoming undead horde.
Let's warn the people.
Actually, I would like the one final heroic charge. You know, test our luck.
Riff Sam, I think your opinion is mostly invalid in this case, since you still kind of want to die. Nothing against you, but
Not necessarily, but I think we need to strike the decisive blow now because, you know, if we let this snowball rolls a bit more, we're definitely doomed. Now we are close to that, but still.
I know the guy I saw opening and closing portals with lightning, I'm not going to play with.
Dagon Vor is a piece of work.
So I think we should at least give the people at the other location a heads up that they either want to rally or run.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you think, Owen?
What I think? Well, I know for one thing is that if we don't take care of the current body mass that is going to hit us, we are not going to be getting anywhere near the head.
The mass is heading in the opposite direction of Dagon's lair.
Yes, but he still has to
So the head is thereby not with the body, going by your analogies.
oust.
Just saying.
Oust.
I'm being entirely logical with this slot path. Now,
So, would you
as much as
rather-
I hate to say it, my opinion is biased and I want the Lich dead.
Yeah.
So I am going to take a step back from all this before I set something on fire again. Oh no, too late. There goes my hand. I'm just gonna be over here trying to calm down. You guys discuss.
Well, there are two people who are up for.
I mean, if you need some, let's call it emotional support, I have some things from Masquerade that may help or actually do the opposite.
I don't really know if your goddess would want me touching her artifacts. Considering, you
I
know,
would use it.
with
don't worry.
Felvin.
Yeah, I think they're kind of good for now. She definitely hates Geth, but for Felon, I'm not sure. They're both a bit chaotic.
I mean, that's fair. All right.
Okay.
Felvin, quick question. What's your opinion on Masquerade and her opinion on you?
Uh, so you're just kind of like asking him like a quick question on Masquerade.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all you get back is like, that woman's crazy. What are you associating her for?
I cannot disagree with that statement, thank you.
Neither can I.
I mean, it's your funeral, but all right.
End of call.
Yep.
Boo-doo.
Thank you
Alright.
for calling using our Divine Caller service. Please rate the quality of your call with 5 or 0 stars.
23 out of 25.
There you go.
I
Good
say
enough.
that we need to at least warn the army. Well, what
I
is
don't
left?
disagree with that, but... Oh, nope. Opinion invalid. Stepping to the side. Oh, nope.
All right. So what does Morgak think of all this?
Grumble, mumble. Okay, good. Not on fire. Nice.
Morgak, you there?
Or-
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's just thinking.
Thinking. Thinky Thinkerton.
It takes a second for an orc of his stature.
Just saying, out of
Oh,
character,
he's an old dwarf. Let him die.
In character, mind you.
In character.
In character. Yeah.
Orgak wants a fucking nap.
I'm fucking exhausted.
He's very,
want a
very
nap.
tired.
Option 3. Don't care about either of them and just sleep.
I mean,
It is tempting,
You're
but...
okay. So,
Go warn them. Take a nap. Go fight Dagon.
Well, that's another one for Fight Dagon.
Yeah, but we
Sheesh.
warn them first.
Okay,
And we-
then that's fine.
okay. All right. So you guys decide that you're gonna make the long trek back to Cagrim Gate in the hopes of warning the residents of the incoming undead horde that is sure to completely obliterate them. So we will leave you with that for now. And what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be moving on to a couple of individuals who we haven't had a chance to
Yes.
talk to yet. We are going to the elemental plane of Soul, and we're going to be reintroducing Paladin Oust and Paladin Morgak with each other.
That bastard! Sorry.
Not wrong. Again. Do you need to state needless facts or something?
No, I was referring to Soul.
Oh.
Oh yeah, his.
Well, then you're the child of a bastard very far down. Congratulations.
Oh, well, I'm
Child of
also
the god.
the daughter of a bitch, so...
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, your mother wasn't that bad. Not that I would know.
So anyway, Morgak, you're with Soul, and you've had a chance to discuss what we talked about after that last session. Do you remember what we ended up talking about, or do you want me to send you that message again?
Can you send a message again? I do not recall.
Okay, so I'll send the message again. So as you're talking to Soul, you guys are next to sort of like a nice little pond, and you're enjoying
Bloosh.
you're enjoying the
Having
wonderful
a picnic.
sounds, the wonderful sounds of the birds chirping in the trees and the fish jumping in the water. And all of a sudden,
Some team, Morgak.
Soul is like handing you like yeah, Soul's handing you like a little teacup, and you guys are having like the finest biscuits you've ever tasted. And he's like, so I said to her, maybe next time until I get my cloak back. And he just like puts his head back and starts laughing. Oh my goodness. Garish, I say, yes. And then all of a sudden you hear like this big splash in the center of the pond, disturbing all the birds that were sitting on the pond quietly before. And you see this like sputtering like paladin elf just come to the top of the pond, just like coughing up water.
I thought I'd be done with water for a while after saving Lothar from drowning. Oh,
hello
you're fine.
there.
And in the water.
Soul just kind of waves to you garishly. He's like, oh, hello there. Come. We have teen crumpets.
Surrealism check.
I didn't think that was actually canon, alright.
What do I roll for surrealism?
Uh,
I don't know.
con save?
Intelligence? Wisdom?
I guess, yeah.
15. It's fine. Oh, I forgot how ridiculously high all the saving throws are now.
Yeah.
I literally can't fail a charisma save at this point.
You're just fine. Yeah, you managed to recover from this, like, surprise that your fellow paladin Morgak is still alive and everything.
Wait, I recognize your voice. Your Soul? You're the one that... well, whatever. Can we make this quick? I need to get back to some people. Nothing against you. Sits down.
So Soul is just
Where
like...
have you been?
Killing myself, but not myself. It was an alternate timeline thing. It was weird. That and... yeah, a few other things. Lothar's dead.
I am not.
You're not here.
You're not there.
He's in an astral plane, but
He's
still.
in the astral plane, but yeah. So Soul looks to you, As, is like, oh, that is most unfortunate. Would you care for a crumpet? And he hands you like a little saucer with a couple cookies on it.
Ouster dries himself off with a spell before taking the plate.
Yes.
Oh, this is actually very nice.
I have expected you here sooner, but my magic isn't what it used to be, unfortunately. It's a little finicky at times. Hold on, just 1 second. And he just kind of like turns his head off to the side and is like putting his finger in his ear. He's like, oh. It's just when she can wait. Anyway, I'm so glad to have you here with us today. I must explain something though. There is a bit of a requirement. Unfortunately, you aren't technically allowed to be alive right now, but Kronox will forgive me, I'm sure. Either way, I did tell your friend something most important that he needs to accomplish. However, you I'm not entirely sure of, because I have seen what you are supposed to do and what you can do and what you decide to do all at once, so I'm not entirely sure which is which at this point. I got to tell you, Kronox is very cryptic when it comes to his sort of like layering of time and space, if you will.
He kind of wants things to run his way. Yeah, it's tedious.
It's quite frustrating, to be honest. I can barely talk to the man without him spewing some weird astral projectile formula at me and just telling me that fate and past and time are all intertwined and it's impossible to see, blah, blah, blah. I usually tone him out by then. Either way, I must say, it is most important that you return back to the material realm to stop this individual, because he is most evil and he's just really hashing on my vibe, you know? I don't like it when people do that. Oh, Dagon Vor. You do you not know?
That's kind of my shtick. I usually deal with that.
Ah, yes.
He is a
It's
skilled
fine.
Dagon exterminator.
I mean, Chronox
Here's
was
a visit card.
Chronox was a little bit iffy on where exactly you're from, but he did tell me what time, and I sincerely apologized on behalf of your world for them being completely obliterated by undead and eldritch horrors. It's most unfortunate. I can see why he brought you here in the first place, to maybe assist this particular group. They don't seem to be very efficient at their jobs.
Oust's hand kind of clenches a little bit at the mention of Prio World, but he doesn't break the teacup. Takes a little drink.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they have their issues.
A little divine intervention never hurt anybody, especially the way this man seems to be running his horde of undead. It was completely
Probably
unspeakable.
doesn't help that we don't have any clerics, or they didn't.
Well,
Anyway.
either way, this is why you are here, my friend. I had to whisk you away for a moment to give you sort of like a TLDR. I don't know what the kids usually use this phrase, and I don't know.
Too long, don't read. It's a thing my father came up with, something about slang. I don't know.
Yes, these young people and their slang, I will never understand. Either way, I am very happy to have you here, but at this time, I must send you back because it is of urgent matters. The undead are marching on the gates of Kegrim as we speak. Your friends are going to need as much help as possible.
So why the side trip to here, then? Do you have something else you want to speak about?
I would have to leave that up to your friend to explain. It's a very delicate matter. One that, if he explains to you, you will seem to be a very level-headed individual. You can tell the rest of the party when you meet them what they
More
need to do.
level-headed than my alternate, yes.
Yes. It does concern the alternate Morgak, mostly. He needs to understand that some sacrifices are for the greater good.
Please don't use that phrase again. Nothing against you, but don't.
I apologize, but it must be done. If it is not, it will... Basically, this world will become what yours has become. You don't want that.
He gives a simple nod in response.
The greater good.
Hot fuzz. What
The
of it?
greater good.
Actually, I was more referring to, those little aliens. What are they called? Rhymes with Smough. Never mind. You don't even know who they are. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, Masquerade has shown me a lot of shows. Comes with the territory of
neat.
being with Lothar.
Ah, yes. Neat flicks. She showed me this as well. Fascinating magics that woman is able to conjure, I tell you.
I personally find it disturbing, but to each their own.
Very
Anyway,
well.
we should probably get going.
Yes, correct.
Morgak, you can probably tell me on the way if...
That is the plan.
Alright. Good deal.
It won't take you long, trust me. All you have to do is just hop into the pond. Go for a little swim. You'll find yourselves in the right place.
And, do you want me to pass a message along to anybody? Hint, hint.
No, I think we're good. Arwen can handle herself. She's fine. Tell her grandpa.
Just a little bit, but just nods.
More distant
Tell her grandpapa says hello, Muffin.
Hello, Muffin.
Yes.
God.
She'll know what it means. She'll understand.
Very well. Let's
Crumpet.
Toodaloo.
let's just get going, Morgak.
Take a crumpet and put it into a bag. Takes and then there we go. Might as well smooth things over.
Here's hoping.
Yeah.
Alright. Sets the plate and tea down. Swimming again.
So you guys go into the pond and go for a swim, and then as you do so, the forest starts to turn a lot more colder. The wind starts to kick up. Snow starts to form, and you manage to reach the other end of the pond, but it is half frozen over, and you find yourselves in the middle of a winter tundra forest.
Well, this is decidedly unpleasant. Brr.
This reminds me of home.
And we're gonna leave the session at that. So that'll be the end.
Well, I guess we get to see Alwyn's reaction next time.
Damn it!
That'll be great. Here's the trumpet.
All right, good game.
Yes, good game,
Yeah.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
No one died.
Okay,
Those calls.
I hope we did not scare you.
No, not at all.
Too much.
I imagine it was probably fairly amusing.
Yeah, it's very close to what I'm used to, so it's all good.
Excellent.
It only worse from here.
Exactly. This was pretty tame compared to what can come.
Oh yeah, it's interesting. Or it can
Did
be
we
very interesting.
name our team like Walking Destruction or something?
No, the walking
Natural disaster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the wind, as it were. Walking instigators of natural disaster. Yep, sounds about
Nice.
Mhm.
Awesome.
It fits them quite well. I'll tell you that much.
right. Yeah, everywhere
Yeah.
we seem to go, we leave a path of devastation that's not necessarily our fault, but...
It just
Exactly.
happens.
Circle of control.
Happens.
It's
Exactly.
correlated.
Yeah, no, it is.
Inflation, but not cause cannot blame us.
No.
This
And
is
insurance
fair.
wouldn't cover for it.
So was
Yeah,
this
no.
the whole party, or are we still missing people?
This
Nope.
is the whole
Nope,
party.
this is-
That's all.
So who are the other NPCs that I had gotten out of jail?
It-
Store would be Oust's father, and the others are just NPCs.
Mhm.
Okay, so the drow was just
She
Yeah, she was an interesting person back in the days. She did us, how do you call it? She screwed us up a little bit more
Yeah.
than we
no.
should.
she was an enemy at first, but then it was an unlikely ally that she turned into.
Yep.
We can't call her
But-
friend, but
Then her
Temporary
brother's
ally.
soul got devoured or something or other,
Nice.
yeah.
and that put her in a bad mood with the Lich, and you know,
gotcha.
She's still got
classic Dungeons and Dragons stuff.
she's still got to be reunited with her best friend and confidant, Mr. Whiskers. So I'm gonna see how that goes.
Oh God,
We
dead
don't have
cat smell.
any healing ability in our party then.
No. You
No.
think we heal in this party?
I don't know how we've
We
gotten
don't
as
have
far as we
healer.
have
So-
That's all.
at all. I mean, Divine Soul Sorcerer, that's about it.
Yeah, sorry.
Mhm.
Warlock. Yeah, but
And
they
we've got Paladins, who lay on hands, some healing spells. That's about that.
Wow.
we're specialized in
And we
murdering
have
fast.
gotten remarkably far without death.
Not without my attempt at trying.
No, we probably should have at least had one of us die at
We
the
don't even
Lich.
use Max. Don't.
To be
That's
honest, if
snakes.
Morgak didn't roll, or if we didn't roll high enough on the counter spell, Morgak would have died from a power word kill a while back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and we did it twice. First was killing mist.
First, yeah,
It was
Cloud
like
Killer.
yeah,
Cloud kill, yeah.
cloud kill and then power word kill. And then I tried to kill off Awen's old character that became an NPC, and he fucking missed.
One
So-
job.
I'm like,
One job.
This is great.
I could have fudged the roll, but I wanted to be like truthful and realistic. So I'm like, oh yeah, she would be quick on her feet, so it makes sense.
I mean, she
One
was a
job take
tiefling,
on.
then a gnome. So
Yeah.
No, she was always a gnome, just
She was
under
always
a
a gnome.
tiefling confusion curse.
Yeah. And now
Next,
she's.
I only have one request.
Mhm.
The place that we go, we need to buy potions.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you'll get that chance. Don't
And the
worry.
big ass sword.
Oh yeah, we didn't get
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, why not?
That is sad.
Mhm.
No, like I need the big ass sword.
Oh, you mean the one in the
There's the
Eternal
Y-hander.
Forge?
Yeah, no, the two-handed one, preferably with that resembles the one that was used by the paladin.
Yeah, he wants
Oh.
it for whenever Paladin takes control. Or however it works.
Yeah,
Assuming control.
I mean,
Meanwhile,
yeah,
Owen.
Doing the
you probably won't find the exact same sword, but I'm sure you'd be able to get a two-handed sword, no
You
problem.
can find a Magic's Y-hander somewhere.
Yeah.
The worst part
I
is
want a
when,
two-hander.
when that winds up happening, and then he starts flirting with Owen, she's just gonna be like,
Oh, Fräulein!
no,
Guten Tag,
I'm
Fräulein.
back!
no.
Ich bin back.
Not again.
Yeah, the spirit that is able to possess, well, not now, but in the future, Krevsam is basically his paladin version, which speaks in really bad.
And we had a one-shot where people went into an alternate, well, the past, an alternate timeline came to help them with a mission. It was our alternate characters, but them as paladins.
This was wunderbar.
It's
Yeah.
pretty great. I couldn't make it for session 2, unfortunately. What was it?
It's very interesting. The only reason Awin didn't get one is because it was canon that they had to kill her because she turned
Yeah.
on the party. So now they're looking at this Awin and they're just like, she seems fine. She doesn't look like she'll betray us or anything.
She seemed pretty chill when she saw her family die in front of her.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
She kind of like, while all that happened, she kind of was like, she actually did stumble upon her father's dead corpse, and she's going like, shit, fuck that. No.
Takes ring, leaves.
Yeah, that was literally it.
Pretty much.
It's like,
Yeah, they get some value from it.
no, she's not going to sell it. She's going to try and regain back her family legacy.
Yeah,
You should have a
That's
thief
true, but
try
you
and steal
value.
it sometimes, Mexi.
I should.
That'd really
Yeah,
set her
just
on
to
a
let her
rampage.
Go into murderous rampage, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, she's already gonna go on to a murderous rampage.
I mean,
Don't we all?
in
Oh, Soul mentioned something about saying, hello, you're doing great. Love muffin? What?
Cupcake?
You
Here's
said
a-
you'd understand?
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah. You know what the thing that I fucking understand is the fucking thing that he left me behind and wound up having me to take care of my own goddamn self.
yeah,
I
you,
mean, he sent a
You
ray
like
of
this
light down.
crumpet in your try.
No, I don't want his pastries.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, more for us then.
yeah. This would be interesting. At least he was
Oh,
nice
pigs.
enough to send you, get Kronox to send you back in time to save yourself. He didn't have to do that.
This is true. You should have been dead.
Mhm.
Quite literally.
Wouldn't that have sucked? It just been like, oh yeah, your past self died, so now Alwyn just fades out of existence, and you don't have any recollection of that she even existed.
As I don't feel so well.
Did someone hear
Thanos.
something? I didn't hear something.
Did you guys hear a snap of the fingers? What?
Oh, why is there so much dust on the ground? Ugh.
See,
Why won't it prestidigitate away?